Welcome, everybody, to The Darkness Returns episode I've forgotten.
15.
Okay, yeah, that one. Right, the guys just recently went through the waters leading towards Jarek, finally getting here where the legendary blacksmith is said to have been sort of like located, but nobody really knows exactly
Stashed.
where. They also managed to stop off on an island and grab a couple of eggs, which cold region may not be good for them. They also managed to sink a slave ship whilst in the process of rescuing a bunch of people, and one of the players mauling them, a couple of them to death as they come running up the stairs.
Don't remember.
Having been cursed quite early on was it in that same game with
Yeah.
the Weber quest by Torek, just as a fun little token, seeing as he's been pissing him off. And they finally landed, and it's up to you guys what you do from here.
Time to find a place to drink.
The first thing Wally does is look up at the sky and yell, "How can people live like this?"
But at the moment, your vision is about sort of like 40 foot at best, because it is snowing.
I can't tell the difference.
It's basically it's just like an ordinary day for Big, but the others it's probably like I can't see anything. Anything beyond that you can technically see it, but it's just like a outline. At best. Up until like about 60 to 65 foot. In total.
Where is there a place for alcoholic imbibement?
Well, that would be the main hall, really.
That's where we go.
Well, I don't have a map for that one. But you guys sort of like get in there, and you see that there's as you actually get up to the door, you see two people, sort of like one, both of them stripped to the waist. Just literally roll out the doors, punching the fuck out of each other. And
I
they just
casually
roll around in the
sidestep.
fun. Yeah. And are you guys with him, or is it just Big going off to find a tavern by himself?
No, yeah. Wally's gonna go with, because now that I'm with child, as it is,
Yeah.
and I'm not exactly dressed for the weather.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, even with the captain giving you a prior warning, you're like, oh, I think I've got it covered. And then you get there and it's like, oh, I do not have this covered. Not in the slightest.
I let you use my coat, but I don't have one.
Yeah. As you're not used to people coming, flying out of a tavern, punching you themselves repeatedly, give us a quick dexterity check to not be knocked on your backside as they come barreling down the steps.
Does this count as a trap? Does he have danger sense?
This isn't a trap. This is greeting.
I don't think it would be a trap. It's just two people not giving a damn who's in their path. Just hitting each other.
This is a day-to-day thing that we don't even react to.
Yeah, I mean, comparable to size, Big is only just a few inches bigger than these guys. And they're just as muscly. And they're just punching each other coming down the steps. So Big's used to that, but you wouldn't be because you're used to a more civilized sort of that way of doing things.
Yep, we are definitely in Big's home.
It's just a friendly fist fight. I don't know what you're complaining about.
I'm looking. I don't go to the because drinking's not really my thing. But I think I'll go anyway because a long journey and I'm probably hungry.
Hungry for booze.
You'll be able to get food there and so forth.
Liquid bread.
I mean, I can use one of the previous maps for like a tavern, tavern or such, so if it sort of like helps, but it's up to you guys. It's just, that's if you want that though. Where the fuck did I put that? Is it that one? Yeah, this one I do. It's the one where I blocked you in and burnt the place down.
Oh, oh man!
I bet you wish this place was on hot fire, you people who like the cold. I hate the cold.
The-
Sorry.
Dang, they're making a Robin Hood movie.
Mhm.
Oh no, I've never seen one of those.
Hang on, I just got to quickly remove certain characters that are no longer around. Tali, you're there. Brock, you, for some reason, are not even on the map. 1 second.
She was upstairs at the time the place was on fire, I think.
Oh, yeah, that would explain that one. Oh, there we go. I just got to quickly. Oh. Mhm. Mhm. Just give us 1 second. I'm just getting a visual representation for the patrons. Why would I want to draw? Go away. Yeah, you're there. That's taken care of. Yeah. Did you roll as the guys came out? Tali?
And not yet.
Okay. Right, it's just a DC of 12 to avoid it. So it's not exactly a hard one to avoid, but it's just unexpected. Oh, how did he do? Yeah, you just definitely dodge out the way. And these two people just come barreling right past you. Miss Windle, seeing you quickly dodge, you follow suit. So, rather sharpish. Yeah.
Is there like a blast of warm air when the door comes open?
Oh yeah.
Relative to what it is outside, probably.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably still cold as hell.
Oh yeah, but inside though, it is just generally a lot warmer instantly. I know I'm deliberately using these guys, but it's just an example.
Just
In other words, just so that you guys know that there's a fair amount of people in here because this is a rather large town. So they're all pretty much the same because they're just warriors, mostly, and like people that work under docks, i.e., sailors. But I've got to get them as well quickly. That sucks. Sorry about this. Oh, God damn it. Yeah, there we go. Got it. Sorry about that. It's just it didn't look natural. And now I just got to move it along to that map, so it's going to take a second. Sorry about this one.
You can just drag the little banner that says players over to the map you want us at.
Yeah, I know, but it won't. For some reason,
it doesn't go. It doesn't move all the way.
Yeah, for me, it just doesn't move.
Yeah,
I've lost the map.
Me too. Like it moves, but it doesn't. Like when you get to the end one, it won't move any further.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it won't scroll any further. Got it.
Yeah.
It's annoying for me, so I have to do it this way. So you guys get a preview of like previous maps. Previously on The Darkness Returns.
Previously on Avatar.
Yeah, so you should still have
good
control.
shit happen, like always.
Mm-hmm.
Except that movie. I mean, what movie?
You've already ruined it. You've given it away.
Do you guys have control? Yeah, you do. Yeah. Now, so you guys
I'm
sort
out
of
of control. Oh
burst in,
shit.
you know, there's fires going, you know, you hear people sort of like just chattering away, and nobody really paid attention to the fact that two people just
No.
barreled out the door. You know, I mean, one person sort of like walks out just before you get in and starts watching, and whilst you know just drinking away because you know it's just a Tuesday to him.
No, this part would be more famously on Vikings.
Yeah, but you see a number of like sailors from the ship that you was just on, you know, taking a quick shore leave, and
That's
like a
enough.
bunch of like just warriors from around the town that are just you know off duty, basically off duty guards having a pleasant evening, as well as a couple of other like peasants and that lot. But I ain't gonna bother putting them on the map too much. So, yeah. And what do you guys do from there?
I go up to the bar and I order an ale,
I go
a
up
mead,
to
a
the.
grog,
I go up to
and
the,
whatever that is that guy's drinking for a start.
I go up to the counter and I ask for some food and I don't know, tea if they have any.
The woman, the serving woman, she looks at you rather sort of like strangely, and it's like, we don't do tea here, I'm afraid. It's either ale, or
Coffee? ale or ale? What about water?
Give her one
Well,
of those behind the
you
bar
want
there. Just
water?
heat it up. Heat up that.
I
Heat up that ale.
suppose, yeah, you know, but people never come in here asking for tea. They always want just that one thing that's in the barrels over there.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I'm not from here.
Oh, well, that's understandable. I mean, it is a port city, but you know, it's just generally people don't come here. A lot of people leave here, but they don't come here very often.
Well,
So,
we're on a we got some business here in this land. That's why.
well, welcome to Cherik. Or Aloria. Yeah, take your pick, really. You know, using the ancient name.
My name. All right. My name is Miss Windle, and I'm a
Which?
summoner of sorts.
Yeah. Okay, she hears the witch and she looks over at Big. Then she just looks back at you. Oh, you're a summoner. Okay. I take what people say to me at face value. Although this one here seems to have a bit of a funny sense of humor. I'm Tasha. Well, welcome to the inn. You know, so you want water, yeah? Okay, I'm pretty sure I can arrange that.
She walks
Yeah.
outside, scoops up some snow, waits.
Yeah, she goes into the back and gets that. She also turns to you and says, well, what can I do for you, my rather large friend? And the shy one hiding over there behind Miss Windle, who should be up there beside Big. There we go. She says, pointing to Tali, what can we do for you?
Have I not received my big
I need to
order?
find warmer clothes.
Uh,
I need to dress for the weather.
she looks at your clothes and you know what you thought was like good clothes for cold weather, seeing as you've never experienced cold weather living in the jungle. You know, it's always hot and humid or humid and hot. So,
Well, I'm used to dry season and rainy season.
yeah, but where the jungle in your area has grown into the city as well, you know, the Queen decrees that you know you do not interfere with the jungle itself. You know, you build your places, and then if the jungle wants to take them back, it does. Except for at the palace, which is holy ground, in which the trees never grow at.
Sounds a little unholy to me.
Mm-hmm. Well, it is the palace is also the temple of his god Issus. So, you know. But moving on, yeah, she says, well, warm clothes. There is plenty of places in town where you could get that, as well as other general goods and anything else you need. But
Warm
you
food
bought it.
and a warm place. Warm food, a warm place to sleep.
Well, we have plenty of beds here, in which you can take. Generally it's not very much for a night. Generally we make more money with the ale than we do with people staying. It's normally when these drunkards get drunk, enough they. Well, I'm pretty sure you had the Cherrick welcome at the front door, and and as you remember, the two guys.
The two
just
guys,
left, yeah. She says, well, generally they leave on their own, or we kick them out, one or the other. So there should be plenty of beds for travellers. You just pay up as much as you feel is acceptable for the night, and we'll go from there. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, she's saying that you can pay
You're
as much as
robot.
You're starting to
I've
break
gone
up
robotic.
slightly.
That makes sense. Right, I'll relog. That's it. Any better?
Welcome back.
Gonna take some time before we can really tell.
But is it any different?
It's about when you're talking for multiple words in a sentence that you really notice.
Okay, one sec. I'll fully disconnect.
Yeah, it's not hard. You can't really gauge it on a word like "are we better?"
That's 3 words.
The thing is,
Fancy you not know anything like that.
you'd have to tell us an entire story and then cut out during the very important part.
Is that any better?
Seems all right.
Oh, good. Right. I lost where was I? Oh, yeah. Anyway. She says, yeah, we got plenty of beds upstairs. You can stay there. As for a place to warm up right now, because you look like you're about to drop dead, there's a table that's clear just around the corner, just around the edge of the bar there. If you go sit there, I will bring you something quite hearty to eat. Are you a vegetarian or a meat eater? Exactly.
Meat.
Okay. We'll bring you something suitable.
I'm both.
Well, most of us around here are both. We're like bears. We eat mostly berries and fish and people.
And something to drink too, thank you.
So, strong or water like your other lady friend here?
Stronger.
Okay. Well, we do ale, and ale, just so that you know.
Oh, so I'm not going to
She
get my
chuckles to
order.
herself.
That third one sounds the best. I'll take that one.
Okay. So,
Spam, baked beans and spam.
she does acknowledge you and says, yes, my somewhat large friend.
From what I understand, you haven't got
ales.
meat and grog.
Oh, we got plenty of meat, don't you worry. And we got plenty of strong ale. So,
Grog, also.
enjoy some.
And something fancy, like the mix.
Okay. Yeah, where you ended up just up there was correct.
So she's gonna take off her wet cloak and just sort of lean back close over the fire.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just gonna again say, "How can people live like this?"
Mm-hmm. But all around you see people drinking quite heavily, laughing, and some of them are like gambling away, and they're just having a good time, because some of them don't get to into port all the time. They can be at sea for an extremely long time, and well, the warriors, they get bored.
Right.
I mean, doing a port town, not very many people would be stupid enough to attack a Cherrick port town. That's just stupid. Suicide, basically. And it's, these guys are bored. They'd rather be out on the ship with the sailors, fighting.
So did that guy who was sat right there, did he just get up and move when Clawley just started leaning back on the chair? Or
no, it's just to me it looked like it was clipping into your image, so I just moved it slightly.
He's a racist and he doesn't like outsiders.
Nah. As I
And
said,
women
the
folk.
image looked incorrectly. So I mean, hang on, I can set him back there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, are Wendell, the servants, and
Okay,
I
fine.
the only women here?
No, there are also like some.
No, you see that one over there with the giant
Hmm.
beard and the huge muscles?
How should I put it? Working girls, I mean, it is a port town.
Mm.
There are a few standard peasantry women, there with their, husbands and such, and trying to get them. A couple trying to talk them into going home, and a couple enjoying the drink as well as their husbands. So I mean, it's a pretty full place mostly. Although I haven't done that with the amount of people on the map, So yeah, but the barmaid, she says, "Don't worry, my large friend. You go sit with your friends, and I'll bring you food and drink." So I mean, can you do movie characters? You should be able to.
Alright, just
So
brush
if there
past
are
this
any
dude.
local women sitting near her, specifically any sort of older ones, Tlali's gonna lean over and try to strike up a conversation.
Mm.
Even though old women
Yeah,
can break you in half.
Well, there are also like.
Like I'm
how-
perfectly prepared to be asking like Braunhilde.
Oh, what the large, sort of like a serving, or waitress, sorry, I can't think of any other word. Well, barmaid, there we go. That's rather large, huge bosom, that kind of thing, the Princess Leia rolls kind of look, Yeah, but you do see a couple of older women, one does seem to.
I'm sort of casting an eye about to see the women who are like spending the most or seem to be the most popular, like the sort of fashions they're wearing. And like once I get in talking with one, I'm going to ask how it is that the women here keep their children warm and cold, not on like infants.
Mhm.
Our children are born covered in hair.
You stop a sort of like young to middle age. She's at that turning point. The lady covered in furs and a big bristly freaking fur, neck, and a hood as well as a cloak. And she says,
The first thing Flo is going to do is compliment her on her style.
Yeah, it's literally just mostly furs from head to toe. That she's covered in. Because she's sort of like you caught her just as she was getting ready to go. So she grabbed everything that she needed and put it on, the extra stuff on. But she says, "Oh, hello, friend. Well, that's a rather curious question. How we keep our young one? Well, that's a rather simple one. We generally get them several layers of what I'm wearing, and she basically indicates, like fur blanket.
She opens up her coat like a
Wool-
flasher,
wool
and there are
clothes.
7 children hanging from it.
No, it's not like that. No, but she says like the predominant thing here to ward off the cold and chill is furs, because they trap the heat in very, very well. So,
Well, it looks so nice. Well, it looks so nice. Thank you for stopping by. Tell me, where could an outsider like myself go to kit myself out like that?
She hands
there's
you a knife and says
clothing-
outside.
But there's a clothing shop where they do like buy and sell furs and do the tanning and everything else, and curing of it all. Just if you come out of it and head down the main street, about 4 doors down, the fourth building, you should be able to buy everything that you require there in terms of clothes, no problem.
Excellent. Well, thank you for taking the time to talk to me. I'm Tlali. I hope I'll see you again.
She puts out her hand and sort of shakes yours, and she has an unreasonably large hand as well.
Yeah,
as
her hand like
unreasonably
covers
strong
my
grip.
entire hand and goes up to past my wrist.
Yeah, and it's she doesn't hurt you, but you can feel that she squeezes a bit hard, and your hands are feeling a little numb. And she says, "It's not a problem, my little dear," and she walks off. Have a fun day and evening as she's heading out. So Miss Wendell, you're staying there at the bar and following the other two?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm like, hey, miss.
She stops as she's quickly serving you. Yes.
Me and my friends, the big guy back there, and then the lady, are looking for a blacksmith.
Well, we have fine blacksmiths here in town. It's just basically across the road, really.
I'm looking. It might be that, but I'm looking for a certain blacksmith, and I think I've gotten like a description of him, right?
Yes, you got a fair description.
So I tell her the description of the blacksmith.
And she sits there, she listens to it fully, and she thinks to herself, I think I roughly know who you're talking about, but I
know the name too. Really? I say the name out loud too.
Which is Dernick the Smith.
Yeah.
You see the name Dernick, and she said, that does sound familiar, but I wouldn't put my money on it because I generally don't.
Oh, I know.
Sort of like deal with blacksmithing.
I thought you being a bar person, I know. Usually, you know much. So
well, I've only been working here a couple of weeks myself.
Oh, okay.
The last lady fell sick, and being cold, that's a rather deadly thing half the time.
Yeah.
So, sadly, she won't be coming to work ever again. So I'm basically taking over her position.
Oh, okay.
But if you go across the road at some point and just ask the blacksmith, they're friendly people. They could be a bit grumpy if they've just broken up. I will admit that. But other than that, they're good people. So, and they can fix anything that you need generally.
Thank you.
That's not a problem. She then as she's finished saying that, she finishes handing out like the food that you ordered and the drink. Another serving woman brings out your guys' food and ale and everything else as well.
I give her a tip.
She says, "Oh, thank you. That's mighty kind of you. If you require anything, just come down here. Look for me. If I'm a bit of a night owl. So
how much was the food?
Just a couple of silver each.
Okay, I give her a gold. Actually, I give her 2 gold pieces.
She puts that straight down the top and says, "Oh, right, thank you. That is mighty generous of you." And she repeats what she said. I just look for me if you need anything. I'm generally going to be here most of the night until lockup time.
Right.
And
then, what time is it right now?
It's sort of like about 7, 7 in the evening. So
okay.
It's relatively late, but it's shops still open. Because this place is used to this, so they'll stay open all hours.
Okay. I think we might stay here tonight. How much is your rooms?
Well, as I explained to your large friend, and I think yourself, it's just as much as you feel that you need to pay. Because we make more than enough money off selling ale here to these drunkards, pointing at the sailors and the warriors behind you.
Okay.
Now, the question is, will you all be requiring single rooms or a large room together?
I think single rooms.
Oh, okay, that's not a problem.
Do you have a room with a working bench, perhaps?
A bench that functions as a bench?
What kind of bench are we talking? Are we talking arcane, sort of like
It's like a bench that
everyone
you sit
scrolls
on and it
the
falls on the
five-
ground. And you go, this bench doesn't work.
No, wait, sorry, I'm describing witchly behavior. Sorry, my bad. No, but what kind of bench do you mean by a
What?
tailor's bench? What kind of bench?
Just one to craft to work on healing potions.
Oh, yeah, we have plenty of like sideboards and everything else, work tables, but nothing significant, it's just small tables so that you can do a bit of crafting if you need to. That shouldn't be a problem. Just don't spill anything on the bear skin rugs up there. 'Cause those things are hard to come by.
Here's six gold pieces. Good for 3 rooms.
Yep, that's more than perfect. Thank you. And yet again, she pockets that one as well. Yeah.
Okay.
So are you
I
staying
go
there?
up to I finish my food, and then I go up to Big. Well, I go up to Big. He's probably not gonna listen because he's getting drunk.
Oh, I
And,
want to say something to the witch and the snake lady real quick though. I'm gonna give them some advice. It's like, I'm gonna give you some advice, ladies. They say that drinking booze will keep you warm. They're wrong, and then I just down an entire thing, toasty.
Yeah.
Okay. So I bought rooms for all of us. So whenever you wanna go up there, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go across the street and there's some blacksmiths. The nice lady at the bar said they might know where our blacksmith is, so I'm gonna go ask them real quick, and then after that, I'm gonna head to bed.
Yes, up to you too.
Just drinking.
Okay, can't hear anything. Yeah, I mean, Rocksha's come up to you and said that, so what are you two doing?
Drinking.
All right. Well, Plawly's gonna say, "All right, I'm setting out tomorrow."
What, first thing? Oh,
I'm I'm not leaving this inn until tomorrow morning,
Stay
when
in
the
until
sun's
cold
hopefully
goes
out
away.
again, and I can go and I can find some fitting clothes. I can help you with your blacksmith search then. And I've got to try to find a warm, soft space to keep the eggs.
You might have
Well,
to
I
sit on
don't
them.
think I need help just going across the street. You think?
But you
how
are an
old
old
do you think-
lady.
How old do you think I am?
Just don't slip
It's
on any
very
ice.
slippery out there.
mhm.
It's hip breaking weather out there.
We might not get winters where I'm from.
So
as
Big and
bad.
I are both just giving her grief about being old.
Whatever.
Yeah, whilst you guys are doing that, one of the serving ladies from Outback comes through and she says, we managed to get a couple of these for you, and she passes you a couple of sort of like, well, basically a poncho, but it's just made out of bear skin, and for two of them, one to you and one to Miss Windle. She looks at Big and says, "You don't need one."
Well, I
and
had some
she
warm
walks back
clothes
up.
already, but thank you. It might keep me warmer.
Yeah, she says before she sort of headed it off, she was like, "That's because we noticed how cold you was, little one." Noticing that you're basically shivering, even when you're right next to the fire.
Well, when I'm right next to the fire, I'm not shivering. Like, she takes off her wet cloak and like gloves and boots and stuff, and just sits there and is warm.
Fires are
Yeah,
colder
but
up here.
it's basically sort of like while you're warming up, she hands them to you. It's one for both of the women,
Oh, thank you very much. You're very kind.
Mhm. Yeah, which basically will fight off some of the chill, but not a great deal. And so Miss Windle is going across the street. But, Tyler's going to be going to bed. What's the big thing?
Still,
Chloe's going
Chilling.
to try to like find where the kitchen doors are, and so she's going to be up fairly late just because before this was just sleeping on the boat.
Hmm. With you not being used to the ocean, it was not a good journey for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like,
So
and
yeah, I'm not proficient in con saving throws yet.
you know, so you know, it was a bit turbulent for you. You know, River was pissing himself. You know, like, she's lost her breakfast again. You're like, you son of a bitch. You know.
So yeah,
So,
Tlali's just enjoying, you know, two solid feet on the having two solid feet on the ground.
with those boots.
Does any of the conversation or like the arguments or the fights or anything breaking out ever drift over next to the fire or?
no, most of them are sort of like, they're in like little clusters all around. You know, except for like one guy that's just slumped on the table in front of you snoring. You know, he's had way too much to drink. You know, he mumbles words occasionally, but you know, he's so pissed that you can't make him out. So, but in general, you guys are sort of like seeing a less violent version of them when you know they're angered.
After she's had a few drinks, Tlali's gonna go and talk to some and like what's Big doing? Like is Big gonna go and like join a group of like sailors or warriors to swap stories with?
I see that up there.
Currently, just filling up on my good old Cherrick alcohol levels so I can be functioning normally.
All right.
Question,
Well, Tlali's gonna
yeah, before
go and
you
find
do
a
anything, Norman, these guys over here, you do hear them sort of like talking away about things that have been going on recently and laughing and so forth. And you hear that you know there's been a couple of sightings of sort of like white walls in the area, and it's making some of the people a little bit nervous. You know, and there's a couple of the hunters recently vanished in a snowstorm, and you know they haven't heard anything from them. They can't find a trace.
Okay, Big pulls
You
out a
know,
little
and
notebook, writes that down for later.
Tlali's
White
going to
wolves.
actually come and come over and ask if she could have a spot there.
well, next to these guys, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. One of them looks at you with a broad grin on his slightly drunk face. You know, obviously eyeing you up and down. And he pats a chair right next to him, burps, and then says, "Sure, little sister, you can sit down here."
Oh, thank you. You're very sweet. So she sits down. So I'm Tlali. I'm not from around here, and I couldn't help but hear the two of you mentioning how can a white wall make people
No,
disappear?
wolf. You know, the thing that howls.
Oh, well, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, well, I assumed you meant wolf, but I heard wall, so I just decided that this accent thing happened in character as well.
No, my throat's a little bit dry, so sorry.
Uh,
One sec.
well, this guy's drunk. This guy's also drunk, and you know, in his homeland. So,
Yeah, Big's just
Yeah.
got like a little note now. He's like not even asking, but he's like, I'm gonna punch a wolf in the face eventually.
You ask him about the wolf situation. There we go. And he says, "Oh well, it's getting close to winter time here." He says, pointing at all the snow, and he's like, "Well, to be fair, it snows here all the time, but occasionally packs of wolves get a little bit brave, and they come a bit closer to town. They start taking the odd person here and there. You know, sometimes we'll just find someone frozen, you know, to the spot, just pure ice. Nothing can be done for them at that particular point.
oh dear, does that happen normally with storms like this?
No, it's not
Like,
the
Chloe's sort
storms
of
that do
playing
it.
up her naivete.
No, I'm afraid it's not the snow that does that. That is those wolves in action. Because they can be smart little buggers at times. You know, although we have got proficient at capturing them, it's just knowing where they're going to strike first, because they'll hit one area with like 2 or 3, and then boom, you got 6 of them over at the other edge of town, taking a couple of people away. It's ridiculous.
That sounds terrifying.
They pull them into
No,
vans.
see,
and
you
they
get
have a
used
Are
to
you
driver
not
it.
worried about it?
drags them away.
We usually sort of like can deal with it, but occasionally these new tactics that they're using are a bit, strange, because we killed the pack leader last winter. Both of them. The male, the alpha, and the female. We did them both. So
That must have been a fearsome deed.
you have no idea. Those things are huge.
Like, she's gonna gesture to what she thinks the size of a big wolf or dog would be, just where she's from.
And he shakes his head from side to side, leans over the back of the banister, and sort of gets up on his knee and points, puts his arm out and says about this height.
Think more like
So,
a
like a
horse.
large-sized creature.
Yeah, it's almost as big as a horse. The larger ones. The smaller ones, they're the size of like your average huge dog.
The size of
My
a small
goodness,
horse.
everything but the trees is bigger here.
And he says like alphas generally sort of get that way through sort of like being able to eat the prime meat, and everything else before the rest of them get there. But we deal with it most of the
King's
time.
right.
Uh,
Well, it must take a very brave group of warriors willing to face threats like this. Who leads these battles? Who rallies the people in this way?
Well, generally the captain gets like a whole bunch of us together, and he just says, "Okay, you got there, deal with as many as you can and report back." And I mean, we got a sort of like patrol going up there tomorrow. If you guys would be interested, his eyes up big, and he's
Big raises his
somewhat
hand with his back
green.
facing towards him. He doesn't even look at them. He's like, I'm in.
The more the merrier, Well, you do look a little scrawny, he says to Tali, because
Don't you know how to make a girl feel special?
Yeah, he says, "Oh no,
Please.
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying
Here.
you look rather small for this kind of fight."
I'm aware I have a slight build, but it's all in knowing how to use what you've been given.
The guy across the table leans forward and slaps you on the shoulder and just says, "As long as she's willing to fight, it doesn't matter about her stature. Quick poking holes in her." And he, joking with his buddy that's sitting there. He says, "Oh, I was just playing with the little girl."
Ollie's eyes kind of squint for a moment, then they go back to normal.
Yeah.
So the captains, are they always the ones who?
Well, we do have sergeants. They quite often come with us as well. But the captain generally stays behind. I mean, he's got the entire town to protect rather than going on a random patrol and risking getting butchered. Lazy son of a. And the other one slaps him across the back of the head for saying it. God, if he hears you talking like that again, he's going to dock your pay. Like, yeah, I know, but he is a lazy son of a bitch.
Well, it seems there's a lot to hear about this captain fellow.
Well, just don't repeat anything that I've said here. Or the fact that I said that.
Alright, Polly will just put a finger to her lips.
Good girl. And he screams for more ale. And so one of the servant ladies comes over and brings more. Notices you sitting there, cocks one eyebrow, and carries on.
Right. Polly's gonna excuse herself, and as the servant girl goes walking back, Polly's gonna walk with her and ask, "So, does this captain fellow run the whole town?" What's he like?
Well, he doesn't run the whole town. He just protects it. I mean, that's what he's paid to do. You know, he's somewhat fat, you know, because he doesn't really go very far. You know, he just. But I can tell you one thing: if that man shouts, you can hear it for miles. So you know, he's got a robust set of lungs. He's also rather good at tactics. You know, having previously been in the military. You know, he's just a bit older now as well. You know, it's not exactly like he can, you know, chase after the younger people.
So he's paid, and so if he's paid with taxes, who comes and collects them? I mean, who is in charge if not the, commanders?
Oh, that's just generally sort of like the town designated someone to just, you know, take charge and you know, take take care of the on day-to-day things. Scrawny fella. I can't remember his name at the moment, I'm afraid.
I'm sorry, you lost me.
There is a magistrate, you know, but he's a scrawny little fellow, you know. He's just here to take care of the smaller bits, you know, like helping to get buildings fixed, you know, collecting taxes, you know, just the general, you know, the crappy stuff, such as
And
fix trains, which they never do because it's constantly snowing.
do you have a king or queen?
Hang on, my screen just went dark there for a sec. She says, "Oh, what you mean of the country?" Yes, of course. We have King Draspal shoulders, and he's Queen Isla. Isla. I can't even pronounce it. Which, yeah, it's my name, and I can't even pronounce it. You know, kind of like Elsa, but with is. You know.
Elsa?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, just call her Elsa. It'll be fun. And she says, "Yeah, they're in the capital of Val Alon. You know, quite a ways north of here. You'd probably have to hire sleds or ride by a horse, but I hope you have a hardy horse. You know,
North. So people live in the colder areas than this.
oh yeah. This is basically like the fringe. You know, we're right on the edge. It gets a lot worse.
Polly is just gonna take a blink a couple times and then take a heavy pull from her drink. I'm gonna need one of these. Thank you, dear.
No problem. She takes a tankard from you and walks through the doors. A couple of minutes, not even like 2-3 minutes later, she comes back and hands you another one. She then whispers that, you know, I kind of heated that one slightly for you. That should help warm you up a little bit. Although it will taste a little bit foul now. You know. But don't worry, this one's on the house.
You're a doll. Thank you.
And well, yeah, you can see that the thing's like kind of steaming. You know, but you can pick it up. It's not going to burn your hands or anything. You know.
So it's like, beer served warm.
Yeah. And I see Miss Windows going out the door. I don't have a blacksmith map, so don't ask. Right, but you head across the road.
Hey, do you have a blacksmith?
Yeah,
That's the full question.
You see two guys stripped to the waist outside the front door. They're no longer fighting, but they're singing really, really badly in the snow together. Although they do look rather bloodied, you know, and bruised. So yeah, you sort of ask for directions, and one of the guys merrily points around the back. You know, he says, "Just go around the back of the building. It's it's just across the yard." Watch, you know. And you make it across there. As you're walking up, you can see that it's a medium-sized building with like an open front. You can see like a warm glow, like red bricks, to reflect the heat, as well as a medium-sized forge still blowing. You know, and you can see a couple of guys removing removing slag from the furnace quickly, whilst the other guy's hammering away at something.
Okay. Hello, sirs.
One of them looks up from what he's doing, where he's just hammering little arrowheads. Like the least important work there. And he quickly steps up and wipes off his hand and walks over. And he's like, "Ha! And what can we fix for you?"
Oh, can you, I don't know if you ever worked on one of these, before, but, and it might not be damaged, but, it's good to take care of your stuff once in a while. Can you, look at, what's it called? Let me look at my character sheet.
I believe it's called a
Um,
sword.
Yeah, my sword, yeah.
I don't know if you've ever
sword?
worked on one of these. This is a sword. It's a weapon. You use your
My-
hammers and you put it in the fire.
My ass
Let me
of-
tell you how to use it.
My Aspergloom.
What the hell is that one? Is at home? Oh, it's a sword.
Is that his
What,
dangly
just
little
your
thing with the stuff in it?
No, it's not a sword. It's that thing I can put holy water in and spray people with it.
The squirt gun.
He looks at it and says, "Okay, just sure we should be able to do something with this." And your sword, now, is it a short or a long sword? Yeah.
I don't think he has a sword.
I don't
He
have a
said
sword.
Okay, well, he looks at the thing and
Having
he's
him
like,
talk
"Yeah,
down to the blacksmith.
He looks at that and he says, "Yeah, sure, we can repolish this. So I work some of the parts a bit more loose for you. No problem."
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I can do something with this. Let me just turn it into a helmet for you.
Yeah, he says, "Oh, it'll take us about like 20 minutes or so, half an hour. I'll quickly take care of this myself.
Oh,
Is
thank
there
you.
anything else we can help you with?"
Yes. I'm also you being a blacksmith. I'm me and my party members that are here. They're having fun in the bar over there. We're looking for a certain blacksmith named I say the name.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if you knew anything about him.
Excuse me, I was coughing up a lung there. He says, "Yeah, sure. Dunnick." And he turns to like one of the older guys, and he says, "I remember you saying something about this fellow." And this guy is hammering away, and he says, "Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dunnick. He's like one of the best blacksmiths in the entire world. I've never seen anybody make such fantastic work. He most of the time works for the king, because king always wants fancy weapons and armors made for his troops,
Makes
as
sense.
well as some of his personal guard. He also likes to go on a wander. He will craft a few personal weapons throughout the year. Like a battle axe, a great sword, a short sword, a long sword, and he will just warhammers as well. Spectacular warhammers. He will then take off into like the wilderness, and he'll just go out and make sure that his weapons are still effective. And then he can take pride in the work that he hands out. If they can save his life, they can save anybody's. That's
True.
basically the way that he is. So
So-
you may be lucky, you may be able to find him at the king's palace, or it could be literally anywhere.
Okay. Well, I think I would probably go where the king is. Where's the king?
Many, many miles north along the coast, out Val Alon. Although at this time of year, you was lucky to get a ship here in the first place. We're going to be having some serious snowstorms soon, so there's no ships going to be moving out there. You'd have to travel by horse, at least northeastward. It could take you anything from like a couple of weeks to a couple of months, depending on how bad the weather gets.
Okay. Well, well, we really need to get over there, so I'll talk to my buddies and see what they want to do, and but thank you for the information. I will be back in what did you say, about 20 minutes, half an hour?
20 minutes to half an hour, because it's a simple object, for them. They're used to working in things like giant ballistas and crossbows and horse carts, anything that the town needs,
Yeah.
as weapons as well as, general goods that are required.
All right. Yeah, I'll be back in half an hour, at least. Actually, it's getting kind of late. What about I'll come pick it up in the morning.
Oh, yeah, well, we generally have people working here around the night. So some of us go home, we work the daytime, we have a nighttime crew. We can leave a note saying, if you don't mind quickly signing it and such, that you'll be back in it. You require, give them a signature and they'll verify it and hand you your own back.
Sure.
Okay, not a problem. He hands you like this grease-covered, some like really dirty piece of paper, but to him it's clean. It just says, just write your signature here, and we'll put down the name of the item.
All right.
And from there. After you've written it down, he just picked it up, pulls out like a huge nail and a single sort of like mallet, and just whacks it into a quick beam, and then just goes back to work. What are you doing from there?
I'm going back to the inn.
Mm-hmm. So whilst Miss Wendell was over there, what was you guys up to? Was you just finishing off your meal and heading up, or you waiting for Miss Wendell to get back?
I don't think I'm going to be leaving this general area for a long time. Until we get ready to hunt some big ass animals.
The guy says, but we're going to be leaving sort of like, well, roughly around mid-morning, around like 9:30, 10 o'clock, so you guys know what time, but to them it's just mid-morning, So, just meet us out front of the, I just got to make sure I get this one right. Yeah, outside of the hall in the middle of town. Yeah, there we go. And they start filing off, singly, and in groups, merrily singing away. A couple of them sailors are getting into a punch up, but the barmaid tends to kick them outside and say, "Yeah, do that out there." And these guys don't take any, so like they just take take it and be pushed out the door because they don't want to mess with them. So, I'll just delete this guy. In this. Yeah. Okay, so what, you wander up to the rest of them, yes?
I'm just moving her around.
Okay. Right, yeah, you carry on drinking big as the night goes through. I will say make a constitution saving throw to not be pissed, because if you do get drunk, you may have to consider going to rest.
Oh man, I put some papers on my other papers and I don't have it.
Mm-hmm.
Ollie's con rolled pretty good.
Yeah, you're pretty good. I mean, like the heat day will sort of like did a trick. You know, it didn't taste the greatest, but you know, you're
Oh,
incredibly warm now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is different than any other game. Where's my all dice thing? There we go. And have this up. Boop, 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 boop. 24.
Yeah. You're both sort of like fine, you know. I mean, compared to like some of the other guys in the bar now who are just like snoring up at the table and everything, you know. It's...
So, like, Clawley may not look like she can drink to keep up with these guys, but I mean, she's got, tolerance.
Yeah. You know, because you've been dosing yourself with it whilst you can, whenever you can, being around big.
We practice.
You know, if I'm
Well,
going to
I
have
also
this,
know that my character's been doing drugs since they were a teenager.
yeah, and you know they're helping with your constitution right now. You know, your ability to fend off things like that, especially sort of like minor poisons. You know, minor poisons mean nothing to you. You know, and like the medium ones, you have the cures for them. Or in some form, it may take a while, and you may take damage to make it. But you know,
Right.
in the process of making. You know.
So Clawley will make merry with sort of the main group, and as people start filing out, eventually she'll head over and offer up her and pay the barmaid and also thank her for the warm ale.
She says that's not a problem. You know, I hope you find what you need in the morning. You know, the place is open relatively early around here. You know, because well, you know, they've not really got much else to do. You know, other than stay inside because it's snowing all the time.
So yeah, Clawley will tip her well, and off chance this might sound like an odd this might seem like an odd question, but to me it's really not. How are you and your people towards snakes?
Well, some of the men don't like them. I've seen images of them. I've never actually seen one. You know, they seem kind of funny. A bit phallic for my taste, but you know.
So Clawley just sort of chuckles at that. Growing up where I did, we used to giggle about that a lot, and then by the time we were 10, the joke had already worn thin.
Yeah,
I suppose if you haven't grown up with it.
Yeah, she blushes a little bit and chuckles. You know, she also eyes you up and down a little bit and says, "Okay, is there anything else I can help you with?"
Nothing, but do let me know when you do let me know when you what was your name again?
I've forgotten now.
Something with a T, like
Uh,
Tyra or something.
yeah, I can't remember now. My it's so hot that my brain's fried. You know, we'll just call her Terra. You know.
Well, Tara, when you're finished, if you don't if you don't mind, I would like to show you something I think you'd like.
Yeah, she chuckles. She says, "Sure, well, I technically don't get off at any point, but I can come see if you need anything in your room later on if you wish."
That'd be nice.
No, I'm sorry, I'm just writing down her name on the text document so I don't fucking forget. It's a terrible names. Yeah, she sort of like has gone bright red, you know, and she's quickly starts focusing on her work, you know, such as cleaning up.
All right.
Yeah, and serving a few of the few remaining people.
All right. So yeah, Clawley's gonna head up, and she's going to take out the little sister.
As you tap
Like,
five,
has Clawley seen like mice or anything in the corners, or like evidence of mice, like or rats or holes in the wall or something?
rats are the
No,
size of dogs.
this place As you get upstairs, you notice this place is actually well kept. The upper portion downstairs kind of looks a little bit like a pigsty, although they tried their best.
All right.
But
Well, Plolly's gonna get a little bit of meat from her dinner.
yeah, okay.
When
Yeah, she takes that, and she looks up at you and starts complaining bitterly about the condition of the weather that you brought her into.
Plolly's just gonna keep agreeing. I know. I know. I know.
when
Look, this is unacceptable.
as
I-
they pass
You came
by,
outside and I nearly wet myself. I was shivering so hard in this place. What have you done? And she's like really accusing you now. It's like
Plolly's gonna sort of make sure her hands are warm and then pick her up.
mm, that's a little better, but how are we going to fix this?
as they're passing by,
Yeah,
Jacob's gonna say, "Hey, Tholly,
Alright.
when you go upstairs, maybe have the witch conjure up one of them heat lamps. I know how you lizard peeps like to have warm.
Mhm.
She does magic. She should be able to magic you up something. I think. Better prove herself.
I hadn't even thought of that. Thank you, Big.
I read books.
Mhm.
I know how lizard people are.
Yeah, but as I said, like she's proper complaining.
So yeah, Plolly's just gonna sort of pick her up and keep her warm and just let her complain.
So like about an hour and a half goes by, and then you hear a knock at the door, which is the barmaid, and she's so how are you holding up? She also has another steaming cup of that ale, with her, bringing it to you.
You are too sweet, Tara. I'm doing lovely. Does this little room have like a little not campfire, like chimney,
Mhm.
fire pit,
Yeah,
fireplace?
it does have a small fire pit where you can safely
So
have
then,
a.
yeah, Plolly's got the fireplace going, and she says, "All right, now, I'd like to." Nah. So yeah, Plolly's pretty much moved in. Like she's got her alchemy set on one of the things. Like she's got, like she's basically made herself at home in the last while.
Mhm.
And she's gonna ask Tara, now if you don't mind, I'd like to show you something. She's gonna pat on the like soft furs next to her,
Mhm.
off for her to sit down.
Yeah, she smiles and gently sits down beside you.
Now I need you to close your eyes.
Mhm. She listens with still smiling.
Now hold out your hands and wait. And Plolly is going to say, "This is a friend. She is warm. Do not, in serpent tongue. This is a friend. She is warm.
Mhm.
You may bite people, but you may not bite her."
And she's like
Wondering about what's
she's
going down
grumbling,
here.
but she's understood. She's like, okay,
And so Plolly, this woman's been working all night. Her hands are probably red and probably warmer than mine. So Plolly is going to very gently ease the little sister into her hands.
Mhm. But
And
she
now you
she kind of sort of like flinches back at first, just instinctively, with a little chuckle, and and eventually she sort of settles her hands enough for the snake to slowly sort of like go across and into her hands. The
Now
snake
you
then
can open them.
realizes sort of like that this woman is a lot warmer, and she goes a little bit further. She actually slithers inside of her apron, and you
Like down
can. But no, she's wearing a work apron still. She's just sort of like laying in the underside of it, and she says, "Okay, I'm staying here. This is much better."
Oh, she loves you.
And she's kind of like giggling away because the snake's rustling away, tickling the hell out of her. You know.
I've never seen someone who has never seen a snake before.
And she opens her eyes wide and looks at you and says, "What, really?" With a little bit of panic on her face.
It's kind of endearing, really. something I've
She
in my
does regain
in
her
my
composure.
culture, they're sacred.
Yeah, it takes her a while, but she does regain her composure and says, as much fun as this is, she can't stay there all night. I've got work that I need to go and finish."
She might grumble, but I'll have her back. But she's gonna grumble at me forever if you don't come back. If I don't bring you back to visit her again sometime.
Well, I'm here most evenings, so that's not a problem. Yeah, I will come and say hello, but a little bit of a warning next time.
And to
she
be surprised, in my experience, the things most dangerous are the most beautiful.
mhm, quite true, and she literally cannot look at you right now. You know, you can see the fact that she's smiling from ear to ear, but you can only see it from like her cheekbones. You know, and she is furiously red, and she says, "Well, yes, I gotta get back to work."
Hold still. Tully's gonna sort of have to lean in close and just sort of reach down to get her.
Mhm.
Because he knows the snake's not gonna come out willingly.
Mhm.
And the whole time she's just in snake language. All right.
Yeah, and the snake's like, "What are you doing? No, what are you
Get out
doing?
now, she'll never come back.
That is not fair. You can't let me, just get comfortable and then take me out into the cold again. That's just cruel."
It's not cold out here. I'm holding you right next to the fire. But if
She just
but if we
grumbles
but if
away.
you but if we don't let Tara go, she's never going to come back to us.
Okay, fine. And she reluctantly allows you to remove her.
Right.
But she's grumbling, but you can't make out what she's saying. But a couple of the words half sound rude. So it's like, okay.
So yeah, Clawley's gonna set her down near the fire so that she can just sit and bask.
Tara stands up and she puts her hands on your shoulder and says, "Okay, well, I shall be around if you need us." Still blushing, and I shall hopefully see you in the morning when I get off from work myself.
I hope so. Thank you for letting me share that with you.
No, the pleasure was entirely all mine. And she hurriedly walks out the door.
Just kind of Tully just grins and just sort of murmurs, "Not all," and just sort of kicks it shut.
Mhm.
I was slightly
yeah,
worried you're gonna sacrifice that lady. Like, ooh, the DM doesn't know her name, and the snake likes to bite people. She won't be
No, I
missed.
wasn't gonna. I won't be that cruel. Yeah, because like the little snake hasn't actually gotten a lot of attention recently, so I had to be fair. So morning comes. You guys sort of like all meet downstairs. Like most of the people here are gone.
Right.
It's,
And
it's,
Polly
it's
says,
just-
"I'm going to head out. I'm going to head out a little early, just to try and catch the just because I need to get fitted and get an outfit. Because I need to get fitted, so to speak,
Mhm.
before I'm willing to head out."
Yeah. And you come down and you guys all have breakfast. You're all in relatively good spirits, and Tara's still there. Sorry. And she says, "Well, I'm going to be getting off from work soon. I'm going to be heading home, but I can give you a quick sort of like escort to the proper shop so that you know exactly where you're going."
Walk with you.
Oh, fine, thank you. So, what are the rest of you doing?
I'm preparing to hunt animals.
Okay, so you have your breakfast and you head off to where the guys told you that they were waiting. Miss Wendell?
Right. And Clawley says, "I'll catch." Clawley tells you, "I'll catch up. Just if you've already gone by then, I'll follow your trail."
Mm-hmm. Okay. So yeah, seeing as Brock's muted for some reason, I'll just say he heads
I'm
over
gonna
shop.
go get my thing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I forgot I was muted.
It's okay. Yeah, you head over and you grab the item. You know, the Solid Night crew and early. You know, they'll be switching again soon. You know, they so I hand you the item. They say, "Okay, that's awesome. Thank you for this," and they take the payment and everything.
How much is it?
Just say like a couple of silver pieces as well. And they can pull up the
12
note and just
silver
throw it
pieces?
onto the fire. No, just like 3 or 4, silver pieces should they?
Okay, I give him a whole gold.
Okay, they say much appreciated, and he pings it to the guy in charge.
Okay.
And he definitely, without even looking up from what he's doing on the anvil, just quickly catches it out of the air and puts it into his thing quickly and just carries on. Mhm. So you grab that item and you going to wait with Big, or you gonna travel with Tali?
Uh, travel with Tali.
Okay, so all girl party. Cool. So she as you get walking out the door, she says, "Are you sure that you're warm enough? I mean, it's not snowing as hard as it was last night,
Well,
but it's still
that's
cold out
well, that's why I'm heading out.
there." Okay.
It's
Well,
got the poncho that Tara
mm,
offered her.
well, she says, "Okay, well, we'll make it a brisk walk, and
And
you make it
Sheila's
around."
gonna say, "All right, now Tara, you've met Miss Wendell, right? Everyone's favorite lovely grandmother."
She says hello to you and offers her hand from inside of a warm cloak. I remember you from last night. We're going to the clothes shop, to outfit this little freezing one here, pointing at Tali. You're more than welcome to accompany us. And she starts leading the way straight, without really bothering to wait for an answer, because she's cold as well.
Yeah.
And you can see like the whole town, like right the way down to the other end of the town at the moment, but it is still lightly snowing. So and you can see there's patches of ice here and there as well. Where people are just avoiding it or where they're just really walking across it and making it turn to ice. Like the town's woken up real early.
Okay.
So, but you make it there without sort of any issues. As you're walking, Tali shakes like some of the snow out of her hood, and then sort of beckons you two inside, whilst holding the door with one foot.
Right.
I don't
The
have a map.
thing Charlie was gonna do is when Tara takes out her hand from her sort of warm pocket to shake Miss Wendell's, Chloe will sort of offer to take hers, and then before they start walking.
uh, yeah, she does take your hand, but in your hand, yet again, is tiny in comparison. But she is like she doesn't hide anything about herself, from anyone in the town. You can tell that she's a woman that just doesn't care what people think. So she's, just
So yeah,
being
like
herself.
this is this is one part to like be coy, but two parts to keep her hands warm.
Yeah, although it's your hand that's being kept warm because yours is way smaller. So, But yeah, she, as I said, she holds the door open for you with one of her feet while she's shaking the snow out of her head with her hands.
Holly quickly ducks in.
As you get inside, you see sort of like a really warm place, with lots of furs hanging down. You see different animal skins, like ranging from proper furs right down to hard leathers. It's almost like it's an armorer's as well as a clothier. Because you see pieces of leather armor being made. Straps for horses. You see it all being made in here. So you can see a lot of tailors basically. a lot of women chattering mostly. And the person that's actually in charge, has to shout them down. Will you be quiet? We have a customer. And she looks at you and she says, I think I already know what you're going to ask, but go ahead and ask anyways.
Hello, my name's Tlali. I come
Welcome,
from the
Tali.
warm lands to the south. Now, as you can see, I was not entirely ready.
I can see that quite clearly. She says, look at like the light leathers and cloths that you're wearing. It's like, yeah, you really wasn't ready. Well, she does note that you're wearing a thing, and Tara's like, yeah, I supplied her with that because she would have frozen to death before she even got around the back of the the tavern where she was staying last night.
Fortunately, I had some warm company.
She
Fortunately,
smiles.
I made some warm company. Rather, is the
Oh, it definitely, indeed. But yeah, she definitely needs some proper outfits. Like you got to fix her. She says, pointing at you. Even though you're in a warm place, you're still kind of shivering because there's drafts.
not constantly shivering, but every now and again, just a shiver goes down my back because a breeze came through.
Yeah, kind of like through the door. So she says, yeah, it shouldn't take us that long. And she says, oh, you poor creature, come with us. She leads you to the back of the shop, and there you do find things like water bottling,
Gonna get some
seeds, as well as like some like foods and that. Like this is like a general kitchen, for the place. And there's like an elderly woman making food, a bit portly, and she, smiles as she's offering you different foods and that lot. The woman says, "Okay, I just got to take some measurements. It literally will be like a couple of seconds."
So yeah, like when she gets her measurements, if she asks for what Lolly what she wants in both like appearance or like mood or whatever it is, like Lolly will provide the best answer she can, and she'll also specify that one, it has to be light enough for her to move around unencumbered, so it's so no armor. And the other
Okay.
thing she specifies is she would like a couple of small pouches on the inside, just near her skin, nearest her body.
She says, nearest your bodice, or just near your, well, so like your rib cage area. She's asking upper or lower part.
Either or.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Bodice has a bit more support, I guess that could hold sturdier.
Okay. Yeah, it won't take us long, just an hour, I should say. We got a lot of girls working here. They chatter a hell of a lot, mostly complaining about their husbands. But they get the job done. So, and she goes back into the shop and tells them, this is a priority project. Stop what you're doing. Just do this. It takes them like an hour, and you and Tara just sitting there until you, Miss Windle. Just sort of like enjoying, womanly time.
Yeah, like girl talk.
Teas, like small good foods. Something that you just haven't had for a long time since you've been on the road.
So how do the ladies of this town feel about their this sort of culture of me man, fight, sail, drink, eat and whores, like the sort of like warrior culture, that manly culture that's been built up. Like, how do they feel about that? Like, is that part of them, or do they think, well, that's kind of silly?
Well, most of them think, well, to be fair with you, it's not just the men that behave like that. We women can be accused of it ourselves occasionally. When the men folk fail and are stupid, it relies on us to pick up that weapon and go and deal with the situation. So, they're not all bad. I will say that. Most of them, though, the drinking, we can't stand that most of the time. But generally, they're not all bad. But they're basically giant pains in the ass. They're like man children. That's basically the vibe you get from them. That they're stupid. Without a woman being around. That stereotypical thing.
Oh, tell me, girl. You girl.
And cut to the next scene. You carry on to like technically gossip in a way, and just giggling and having a laugh whilst they fix you an outfit. And what they come back with is like a multi-layered but fine furred tunic, as well as a pair of trousers that are yet again multi-layered.
Yeah, I would have specified like I'm not looking for new boots.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I pretty much figured that out already. But and the bit that they give you back has got like really nice embroidery on the front. Kind of like it kind of looks like a cross pattern. But with the weave going up above one bit and then below the next, and so forth. So it does look quite nice, as well as a slightly bushy sort of like bit around your neck. You also feel two pockets just in front of where your armpit would be, up top.
Perfect.
Which would be big enough, I'd say, to hold a small potion bottle, or a small dagger or something.
Tara would also Tara would also have seen I had the eggs like set up fairly near the fire in the room, just on a couple soft blankets. So I would ask for like a few small furs I could like line a basket or carrier with for them.
The woman, she looks a bit perplexed, but when you explain that they're eggs, so she's like, I understand. All right, how big are the eggs roughly?
She's gonna Clawley will gesture.
She goes, those are rather large eggs. I wouldn't have liked it. I would have liked to have seen the chicken that laid down. That must have bloody hurt. Yeah, sure. She reaches around back and pulls out a large basket. She starts piling in different layers of fur, but yet again, all fine. She says, well, you do realize this is going to cost you roughly around about 30 gold in total, basket and outfit. She said, I hope that is a reasonable price.
Certainly reasonable.
Well, that's perfect.
I would have paid that much just to be. I would have paid that much just to have the pleasant food and company for the last few hours.
That's not a problem. That takes care of everything. Is there anything else?
Chloe's going to tip an extra gold to each of the girls that helped make it, and the sweet older woman who was cooking.
No, every one of them thanks you in turn. Miss Wendell, what was you doing in the shop as well? You was just enjoying the scene?
I was just here.
Yeah, okay. So it was just like a galley scene for you. Time to relax. Okay. So yeah, you guys make it sort of like to the square, by meeting the guys, and
Chloe also like change into her new outfit before heading out.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm saying, you drop off the basket, take out the eggs, make sure that you're dressed appropriately,
Yep.
I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have let you walk out the shop without wearing the outfit, to be fair.
Yeah.
So, and Tara compliments, she's like, oh, that looks beautiful on you.
Thank
And, I should also point out the cuffs are a little frilly as well, to keep your hands warm and such, So it does look like a proper, head to toe sort of like outfit. Yeah, you take care of everything, and well, Big, you and a couple of guys are literally just preparing your weapons as these two come up, as Terra kindly says her farewells, and so it heads a little bit down the road to where she lives.
You have a good sleep, Tara.
She says, "I shall," as she's walking away. As she waves as well. So yeah, you guys are preparing your weapons. Checking like the other guys are checking their armor, making the shields are fitted correctly. And the captain, he comes out and says, "Okay, you lazy sods,
Oh,
right? You have
before he
plenty of
says
time
anything, I
to
want to
recover from
approach him and
this."
be like, "Oh, you must be lazy, or Captain Lazy Son of a bitch. I've heard of you."
He
He just cuts him off in the middle of his thing, of his like, all right, lads, listen up. We're gonna. Oh, hey, you're the little fat lazy guy. Hi, how you doing?
mhm.
Well, specifically, Lazy Son of a bitch, because that's what
Yeah,
the other
he-
guy said not to say.
Yeah, he looks at you with a scowl on his face, and he lives down the step towards you. But
I had my
literally-
hand out in a handshake with a big smile on my face.
Yeah, he grabs you by the beard and yanks you down to his level and says, "I was talking. Okay, you wait your turn." And but then he cracks a smile and grabs hold of your hand and says, "Yeah, okay, that was a pretty good one, but next time let me finish. These lot have got to get going because generally they like to move around during the daytime while the sun's out so that we can't see them, and it's starting to get up there." And he quickly turns to the rest of them and says, "Okay, look, you know the patrol route. Okay, we've seen them up near the cave. Just go up there, kill them off as many as you can, and just report back. Okay, we'll do the same thing again in a couple of weeks, and so on until we get them all, hopefully." And he then turns back to Big and he says, "Okay, what is it you want?"
I want to kill animal. I have not hunted these wolves for a while. And I'm
Well,
kind of got an
it's
itch
been
for
about a week.
a hunt.
Oh, yeah.
And I figure
Okay.
that we're going to be dragged along from what I've been hearing around with the people I've been hanging out with. They kind of want to go out into the more chilly, wintry type areas. I figure I might need a coat, and perhaps a nice white wolf coat will look cool. Maybe skull on the head, hat. That'd be nice.
He cracks a smile and then just bursts out laughing. He says, "Okay, I like you, friend. Yeah. Right, you do a good job and bring back a couple of pelts. I'll make sure that you have like one of the larger ones. Yeah, because you're a big fella, aren't you? And I'll pay you guys for each pelt that you bring back. Okay."
Folly will chime in at this point. Are you the captain who organized the attack that destroyed the Alphas last year?
Yes. We trapped them in a small gully and we dropped rocks on them. They didn't much survive that.
How clever. I haven't known wolves in my homeland to be so vengeful.
Well, these ones are slightly more smarter than you think. Because they're using tactics now. Usually they just come in little groups and in little waves, here and there. But lately they've been splitting the pack, and it's a little worrying.
It might be a little bit related to the fact that you keep killing their leaders, so they're like, "Oh shit, we gotta do something more clever. Let's drop some plans."
Well, we try to find their den, but seeing as they keep moving it every single year, it's a little difficult. So we do what we can to deal with the situation around here. Also, keep an eye out for people as well, because if they've taken someone and they haven't been reported yet, just like if you can make a visual description, it would be welcome. And he then turns to the rest of the guys and says, "Okay, get out of here. You know where the cave is. Get up there." And as these guys are leaving, Talia and Miss Windle are walking up towards you. Do you say anything?
Wait, who said what now?
Big.
Hmm?
I think that was
Yeah.
What's up?
Clawley spins around in a circle just to model her new outfit, just waiting to see if anyone's going to say anything.
I was there, and I'm like, oh, nice.
Anything.
Yeah, but you just walked up to a group of guys,
You're not
big
gonna
muffly,
freeze out. Good
mostly, the kind of people that you kind of, for some reason you feel like you want to impress them. So, but yeah, you do get a couple of whistles from a couple of the guys, as well as everybody smiling. I have no idea what Big's doing.
Big is itching for a hunt. He's getting ready. He's been tossing his axe in the air, like the little tomahawk with no chain, just throwing it up in the air and catching it.
Before, as soon as it blinks back to your hand, you just throw it up in the air repeatedly. Like whoosh, blink.
Swish, 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 swish.
So, I can't ever get rid of this thing. And some of the other guys, as you're doing that, they're like perplexed at how you can keep throwing this thing up, yet it's still in your hand. But so you don't comment on the outfit or anything. You just like, let's go already, kind of, yeah.
Pretty much.
Clawley's just like, yeah, I didn't expect a lot of, love for fashion from Big McLarge Huge.
Please tell me as you walk past, you poke your tongue out at him. Yeah.
Is my tongue forked yet?
A little bit.
Yeah, I'm just showing off my progress, I guess. Well, so anyways, when it's time to set off, Clawley's going to activate her boots and just levitate and just walk across the snow.
Mm-hmm. The guys, they take off northwards out of town, and you're traveling for a good about hour and a half. We'll get you to the map in a second. Sorry, forgot I got to take the playlisting with me. Sorry about this. So freaking annoying. I just won't go to the end of this map. Yeah, I know you've been. What the? Let's get there.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, I'll put you there then. And that one, I should imagine.
Yep. And here's where I got my ass beat. And here's where the town explodes.
Yeah, okay, this is where you guys end up. I haven't added any of the other guys. Sorry. Where the hell did I put them? No. There we go. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them around, walking up.
So between monk speed and walking on snow, Clawley's willing to be the scout.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You guys can sort of like these. It's like cliff faces that you can technically not see up, but I'm giving you half the map. Okay. Mm-hmm. So it's up to you where you guys can move, because you can move as the second map may not be up to par, but as I said, sorry about that one. You guys can move where you want to move to. I can see Tali's move, but
what would I do if I want to look for animal print?
well, at the moment,
nature or something, just keeping an out,
it would be
skills or something.
It would be a nature check, but Tony, if you don't mind, right there, roughly. So like as you're coming up here, though, you are getting up higher. Up not a entire mountain, but it's a sizable sort of like pile of rock. So the snow is a little bit heavier up here. It's not totally obscuring your vision, but it's dropping it a little bit. And the wind is quite brisk. So
Oh, it's a titty
Yeah.
nipply out.
Kind of like having to half shout to be able to hear each other.
We should keep our voices down in case of avalanches.
What?
What?
No, but you know the kind of wind that I'm talking about. You know? You mix kind of like high winds, you know, with snow. You know, you generally can't hear shit. So. Yeah, you guys, they say, right, keep your eyes open as we're going up here. You know, they're pointing to like the odd occasional track that you can still sort of like partially see in the snow, and you can see some rather sizable sort of like footprints. They're like slightly bigger than a man's hand, and you see some of them that look somewhat impossibly big.
Oh, that one.
But it's
That was
being
my coat.
quickly filled in. You know.
All right, so Tlali is going to pause for a moment and concentrate before trying to cast a spell.
Concentrate on the
Mhm.
pause.
Yeah, with the wind and that lot and the cold blowing around you, it is a little bit more difficult, but I won't, you know.
I
So-
will still spend the whole turn concentrating.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what are you doing? Oh, that's
Speak
pretty
with
good one.
animals. It lasts for 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. So yeah, you cast that on yourself. You know, nobody really notices because you know they're too busy watching around them. Okay, but big, Miss
Hmm?
Wendell.
Uh,
You know what are you doing?
I don't know if we've already spotted the tracks and stuff. Is there a need
I'm
for
just
tracking
following.
more?
I'll be back. I gotta deal with something.
Okay, so at the moment he's just following along. And so you're looking for tracks. You rolled a 24, yes?
No, I haven't rolled yet because I want to know what
Oh,
what's going on first.
After
I
that
think
roll,
it's survival to follow tracks usually, but it can be whatever you want. As
Yeah,
long as the DM agrees.
either a nature check or a survival check, you know, because
Alright.
these are natural creatures, well, kind of natural creatures, you know.
Oh, 11.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, you see sort of like occasional tracks, just that Harley does. You
The
know,
wind is in my eyes.
yeah, but you sort of like, to you, it just looks like, you know, you notice human tracks. You know, it's like, pretty sure we're not hunting those. You see, like, a single bear track, paw track, and you see a couple of small prints, but that's about all. You know.
Alright.
So yeah, and you and the rest of the guys, if you want to move up, you know, you start sort of like getting up around this way. I'll put him up there as well. Yes, and she's like hanging back with these two. Yeah, it's around about here that you hear a low growl come from sort of like further up from you.
Does it mean anything?
No, it's just like you know, something just growled basically. You know, you just heard the noise. It just sounded instinctive, you know, and like you couldn't control it.
Tlali's going to try to motion for everyone to stop.
Mm-hmm. But listen, see, and they say, "What? What's up?"
Shh. Listen.
You know, and he's still sort of like occasionally giving off a small growl. You know, that's barely audible. You know.
Can I do a nature
Yeah,
check to
you
see
know,
what kind of
occasionally.
animal it is, maybe?
Yeah, you know for a fact that this is exactly what you came here to get.
Okay, so it's not a bear if we saw bear paws. Okay.
You know, after a couple of minutes, though, it finally dies off. You know, and the guys are just looking at you going, okay. I guess they kind of know we're coming. So there's no point in being too quiet about it. And they call up the other guys, and they start pushing up the hill.
All right. So that ledge behind us, is that short enough that Clawley can like try to jump to the top with the aid of her levitate boots?
You could, but it would be kind of, or what there? Yeah, you could, but it would still be quite difficult. You know, I'd say like a check of like 15 or higher to get up there, which you do.
16 acrobatic.
Yeah, you make up there. You know, avoiding all the ice that's like on the rocks as well. You know, leaving Rock down there by himself. Miss Windle's sort of like up here with him. Yeah, and these guys are just literally going for it. Moving up in like pairs. And they're trying to leave like the middle bit open.
Okay. I'm gonna head forward and I'm going to attempt to say something in animal speak. Like when I say something in animal speak, does it come out as normal but animals can understand it, or do I say it in their language?
No, you say it in their language. Only they would be able to understand you, what you're saying.
They communicate through smell.
So what is the proper formal way to greet a snake? Like, brother, sister, just,
Well, a snake, yeah, you know, you call them what they are. You know, they consider everyone that's with them is related to them.
Right.
So, yeah.
Honorable. So Clawley's gonna walk forward slowly and say, "Honorable wolves who are not my brothers, I would speak with you."
You hear yet more growls this time around, but kind of like yet again, it's instinctual, and you can sort of like hear noise above you, like bits of snow drop down, and something catches your eye further up the thing, just for a brief second. Hang on, so it'd be about there. Yeah. So like just as you're coming along here, it's like over here. If I can get it. Yeah, just over this way, you see something move quickly, but it's only like a corner of your eye, kind of deal. You don't hear nothing said back.
I don't hear anything come back.
No.
Again, moving slowly compared to my regular speed.
Mm-hmm.
Wolves, I tell you truthfully, I come to speak. My words of life are true. They come with words of death, and they are also true.
Mm.
You will not get a better opportunity.
You hear from above you, one voice. It's kind of, to everybody else. It sounds like sort of like howling and yapping, But to you, you hear him say, "It's not our choice." And with that, you see the snow burst up above you, and down there lands this one. This one comes charging around the corner. This one comes literally over here, and this one comes over here as well. So I'd like for you all to roll initiative.
I'm just checking. Do I have that? Thing? I think I've got like initiative advantage, right?
Do you?
It's been a long time since fast movement extra danger sense.
I'm gonna let the dog out. Be right back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is where we'll take a break.
Giving the edge of the dog from danger, you have fast movement. Yeah, I got advantage on initiative.
Okay. Yeah, I got a roll for these guys.
Well, that's not a good one.
I don't D20. And how many of these have I got to roll for again?
I've
I
got
forgot.
21.
Hang on. Right, so I got to roll d20 4 times. Plus the thing. Get that image back up. So minus 2. Ooh, okay. So d20 minus 2. It's 16. Mm-hmm. Oh. Sorry about this. That was a 2, so that one goes last. Okay, so who rolled the highest there? Ooh, damn, that's 2. What do you roll?
I rolled 21 overall.
Oh, yeah, because she had advantage, so what'd you roll there? 21?
Yep.
Okay. Miss Wendell rolled a 6. Okay, that's going to be terrible. And did Tiny roll? Beforehand? I don't know.
Don't know actually. Because I'm not a +10 with him.
Man, Miss Wendell, man, you're like second from the bottom in terms of those rolls. Only one wolf rolled a 0. Well, he rolled 2, but minus 2. And what was yours? 21. So, yeah, I've got everybody. I just need Tarnis, and that's it. Oh yeah, I got one more.
Sorry that went for longer than I expected.
No, that's cool. Just waiting on you to roll initiative, man.
I did roll.
Oh, that's what the 19 was, yeah?
Yes.
That's alright, I can change that. Why did I call him a white? Jesus Christ. Terrible at spelling. So, yeah, that's not a problem. And, well, because they technically surprised this group, they weren't expecting it. This one here, as he jumps straight forward, you see him literally open up his mouth, and you see a massive blast of ice hit this guy square in the face. Hang on, I gotta quickly check how many dice I roll for this. 48. So, I may ask you guys to help us with maths because not good. Last percentile. Yep, there we go. Right. 7, 8, 14, 15 points of damage to him straight away. And you can see that he's just taken one hell of a freaking blast to the face. He's covered in ice now. He can still move, but he's just, he's going to be a lot slower. Yeah, so with that, it brings us to Big. You got the actual highest initiative. Yeah, so you see these wolves, the single wolf just jump out and blast one of your fellow countrymen square in the face. Yeah, so
I am going to run at this wolf while pulling out my both tomahawks
mhm.
and not even throw them. I'm just gonna get right up in his face and hack at him, double hack him, left and the right. Boom, slappity. Fuck. Let's see. Half. I need to add all this stuff again, huh?
Well, what did you roll?
14. Here we go. 14.
Yeah, you
for the
just hit
first.
this thing.
So the first one's a 14. I'm gonna do the other attack too, and then we'll add it up after. I think because it's just basically a flowing attack. That one is a 18. All right. So chop chop.
Yeah, both of them do hit, and you hear a yelp each time you strike, as well as a snarl, almost instantly.
I'm just trying to figure out how. It's been a while. D8 plus strength modifier, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We got 3 plus 5. So 8. And 6. So 14. 14 points.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you strike it twice. You hear the yelps, it growls at you. You actually also see some like red starting to show on what is somewhat remarkably white fur.
Wash that blood out. I gotta be careful.
I mean, as you're sort of like looking at it, as you're running towards it, even you're looking, and occasionally it just vanishes. Where it mixes perfectly with the snow. Like it blinks for a second and you lose all sight of it, kind of deal. But you see it just when you need to, and you strike it true twice, and you get the result. That brings us to that same wolf, and I need to check something. This thing's pissed at you, so it's going to sort of like try to bite you straight in the face, which I gotta roll a d20 for. I almost went to did that with the thingy. That's my bad. Yeah. 10 plus 16 to that it misses, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, it snaps at your sort of like chest a couple of times quickly, and you just sort of like step out of its way. Why did I roll that? Also, that as well. Sorry, I keep forgetting that I'm not rolling dice. I'm looking at numbers thinking, what the? I don't remember rolling one. That brings us to the... Well, I'm going to make them both act at the same time. This wolf here is going to blast you with cold. Whilst this one's literally going to try to hide.
Which ones are doing who to what now?
So yeah, I need a DC dexterity check from you to avoid being blasted with the cold.
From me?
Me?
Yeah, I don't know which
because
wolves
this
are
thing.
doing
I
what to
mean,
who.
were you facing up the hill or down the hill, or are you side on?
I was facing up the hill.
Okay, there we
Okay,
go.
so this is coming
That
right
one?
at your face.
Is that one are attacking, are they? Or this one?
It's this one.
Facing
Yeah,
Alright, so
you
that's the first one.
managed to sort of like shield yourself as best you can from it. Gotta just check one thing. Okay, so I'm gonna roll that one. Okay,
I have evasion. I don't take half damage.
so you take none. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, you shielded yourself quite well from this then, and instantly, like a nimble elf would, you just shake it off, and there you are again. But the other one in the process, because you wasn't looking at it, it's just completely vanished. So you have no idea where it is at
So
the
is that
moment.
this one then? Is the other
Yeah.
one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That guy jumped out and went there. Oh wait, never mind, and disappeared.
Well, no, it just didn't want to get blasted in the face. That's that one hiding.
Oh, their range is that long.
Yeah, it's roughly 30 foot, which, if I ain't mistaken, that's 30 foot. So, yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's a pretty big range, So, who was that next? Viking number one. He, like, still frozen, swings his broad axe, hand axe quite slowly at him. So, I'll just roll that. 8 plus. That actually hits. Okay. And he hits it for like 11 damage. I'm just letting you know the actual numbers he does. Because it's just fair that way. And this thing yelps back again, and he's also sort of like he sidesteps at the same time. He's like he whimpers and pulls back.
He hasn't left my
This guy
range,
here,
has he?
it's sort of like he's already over here waiting, so he's gonna try to swing.
He has to actually like leave
That hits.
that area for me to get an opportunity, right?
Yeah, he'd have to
Okay.
completely
Yeah,
back
I'm
away
just
from.
making sure.
So he does 6 points of damage, and now he's looking pretty red. He's not hiding from you anytime soon. And he's leaving like blood splattered across the ground as he's going.
I'm a little bit questioning my ability to make a nice coat out of him.
These guys, they come up, they start getting around here, and this guy, can someone measure 30 foot down in this direction for me?
What was that?
Can someone measure the distance from here to where you are, just to make sure?
20.
Oh yeah, he's getting all of you. I need a dexterity check from you, Big.
Say again?
I need a dexterity check. Yeah, from you.
Dexterity for dodge or something?
Yeah.
I think I have advantages on these now. Or a long time ago even.
Yeah, with danger sense, if you can see where it's coming from and it's a dex save, you get advantage.
Alright, so that's
He was focused on this wolf at the time, so this is coming from that side.
Well, it says if you see it coming, but it also applies to traps. So seeing it coming is really not that important.
dexterity 30 restores against effects that you can see, such as traps and spells.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be blinded or deafened or incapacitated.
Yeah, I'll allow that one. Yeah, on it.
Alright, so either 12 or the opposite of that. No, 12.
No, I've actually got cold resistance. That's
I
wrong.
don't
That's
think I
wrong.
have any
Sorry.
kind of resistance like that.
So 6, 10, 18, 24 points of cold damage, and your speed is reduced by 10 foot. And everybody takes that. Because I'll just roll for all of them in one go. So, but yeah, they still take. But you see the other guys around you, like except for one of them, takes half damage. because they like brace behind their shields to ward off as much as they could.
You said
And
10-foot damage, or what was it? The speed.
yeah, your speed is just reduced by 10 foot.
Okay, so I'm still pretty quick. Ha 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 ha.
Sorry, coughing up a lung here.
You're gonna run out of lungs pretty soon.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't want to subject you guys to that dreadful noise. And you see, because it's like, yeah, as you take like the full damage, on on a complete failure, and half as much on a successful save for that ice plunge. But I gotta recharge by rolling a certain number. So, whose turn is that? Is Rockbrook? I guess not.
Doesn't.
I'm here.
Nope, there he
Ah,
is.
well, yeah, that's your turn. So, yeah, I mean, you just saw Big and the rest of the Vikings get blasted with 2 ice attacks. Big, looks a little pissed off. You can see a scowl through the snow on his eyebrows.
Okay, my bird is out, by the way. It always is out.
Okay, yeah. You would have to be awkward. Sorry. Yeah. Boom. There it is. And I'll give you control. Just don't worry. But even your bird, though, right now, is vision is just like everybody else's. It does have better vision, but it's still slightly reduced. So yeah, what do you do after you see? Hang on, I should reveal that a bit more, shouldn't I? Yep, sorry, I accidentally moved the map. Reveal that there. Thank you. Yeah, you guys can clearly see all of this. You can just about make out the edge of this cave entrance.
Okay.
So what was you doing? Why have you muted yourself? Okay. Okay. So yeah, that hits. I mean, these things AC ain't exactly humongous.
But he's doing another thing.
Mm-hmm. No, that one does not. So, yeah, I mean, one claw hits only. Okay, so yeah, it takes a little bit of damage. It yelps just like the elf one does, and like it growls at it. So okay,
All right, who's up now?
still because he just rolled a 16. I'm presuming he's doing a spell, but no idea which one. Okay. Have you ever seen a woolly rhinoceros? In, Yeah, I know this thing's going to be big, so don't worry, I'm already on it. God damn it, same place. So yeah, this mammoth also just quickly bouncing into existence. It doesn't get to move yet, it's just come into existence, you know. I mean, I guess start acting on your next turn, you know. You just created the thing. So, poof. And, oh, yeah, it's this guy, you know. He creeps up literally right behind you. Yeah, next turn. He gets to start on your next, when you actually get to go, you know. Unless you want to move. The rhinoceros is just come into existence. Okay, cool. So yeah, this thing's literally right up in you, snapping at your heels. It's not trying to bite you at the moment. And at the moment. And that brings us back to big.
Wait, initiative goes back to big?
Holly go? I feel like
Yeah,
something's been missing.
The reason why I said
What
that
about-
guy disappeared is because, you know, you're not looking at him. He literally just vanishes, you know. Everyone
Oh.
knows he's there, you know.
Well, what
It's
about
a
my turn?
Yeah,
You know,
he didn't go yet.
A big start. Literally, the turn order is.
Yeah, but I didn't go.
Yeah, you go after big. You know.
But he didn't get a
I'm
turn
pretty
yet,
sure.
did he?
No.
Okay. Yeah. So you got busted with the
Yeah,
snow.
since I've only been attacked the once and it didn't even hurt me, all Tlali would have done was try to talk anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like,
Sorry,
and
man.
she'd try to like put her back to that cliff so that she could look in both directions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sorry, man. That was
So
my bad.
so she says, "Why is there no choice?"
What you hear back from like one just as it got bitten is it's a pack leader's choice. You know. We just defend, and you know, yeah, that's pretty much what you get from them.
So they're in distress and they're just saying, "Well, we just defend."
Mm-hmm.
What about the people who died in town? What about the wolves who attack one place then attack the other?
Mm-hmm. You hear from over in the distance from the other one, food, because the hearing's fact absolutely fantastic.
So they said, "So food."
Yeah, they don't care whether it's an animal or a man. You know, to them, meat is meat.
There is always a choice.
Yeah, but you don't get a reply at that point there. Because they're
So, yeah,
just, they're just sort of like, how should I put it, like smaller. You know, they're just there to, like, stop anything from getting to the rest of them whilst they're doing the rest of their stuff.
all right.
Yeah, so kind of like you leave a big guard as you send a party in, you know, kind of deal.
All right.
So, you know, just think of them as like minor henchmen. That would have bring us to that guy, but he blasted you. This guy gets up behind you, so now big. No, you get to go again after big, you know. Because that was my mistake. You actually rolled well enough to be second. I actually remembered that because I, you know, made a mental note of it.
All right.
Okay. So Big is going to, still holding double tomahawkies, jump in the air and swing both of them at the same time. Oh, I can't do this thing. He's gonna swing both of them down at the same time on this guy, rather than doing separate attacks. So blap.
Okay, well, the Viking holds up his shield so that you don't smash it, but he sees you coming.
Well, I'm not jumping at this guy. I'm jumping past
But
him.
when you said that the guy, you know, so I was taking the literal. No, never mind.
Oh, the wolf was a dude, right?
But yeah, I know.
What is it? 17 and 21.
Yeah, both of them hit.
Alright, so boop. 6 15.
Okay. So that
15 choppy damage.
yeah, again, like this thing's taking it's an absolute beating already, and he's covered in blood, but it's not bloody. It's just like visceral. He's literally looking like Santa Claus at the moment. With like a cut on his head, so he's got like a patch up there. He's got his entire back is now red. Like one of his paws is dripping with blood, but he looks more pissed off than anything else. Which is that your entire move?
Yeah.
Okay, that brings us back to Tali. And you just hear this thing burst out of the snow behind you. Because that's what he was. There's a description of him getting up behind you in the last round.
All right.
So yeah, I mean, like you got blasted from the left, and this guy just got—he's not literally right up against you. He's like a good like 3 or 4 foot away, but he's I couldn't get the image to be that far away. So
All right.
so you won't provoke an opportunity attack if you actually move away.
Okay then.
It's just
So
I didn't
Polly's
want
gonna say to this one down here, this is to this one down here. Hunting them will bring war. Hunting them has brought war to you, and you will die. You have to stop this.
he looks up at you. It's sort of still growling away, but he you can tell that he does understand what you're saying, and he is fully taking it in. Taking in all the ramifications, and he's like, the pack leader tells us what to do. We just do it, okay? There is no question. You don't say, oh, well, why? We just do.
Your pack leaders were killed last year.
We've got new ones now, stronger ones, better ones.
We held elections.
So Clawley's gonna lean down and say, "Go to them. Tell them tell them that there is someone here who will speak to them."
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't sound safe.
He's sort of still snarling, but it's to kind of lean down at the front and like really grin, like bare their teeth at you. Look, he does that and backs away slowly, and then quickly like leaps literally just right over the top of you and vanishes up the top and push. There we go. Just move him. There we go. Yeah, but his other friend, at the top, he's still there.
All right. By the way, are these things large?
These things are almost the size of a horse, so and they
Okay.
get bigger. They can get absolutely huge. Not as big as the wolf from Dark Souls, I mean, not that ridiculous,
not Great Grey Wolf Sith.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm terrible with names.
Are these wolves capable
Alright,
of
so
using a big-ass
Tlali
sword?
is then going to move into flanking with the. The rhino has been sort of hanging back, has it, along with Wendell?
No, it just pushed it into existence. I was like, well, it just came into existence. He said the bird was already here, so it could move. But the
All right,
thing,
all right.
Right.
Tlali's going to try to hop up to the next ledge then.
Mhm. Yeah. As you get up there, like you can clearly see the entrance to the cave, like directly in front of you, and like a buttload of still like very jagged and very slippery ice. Some of it looks like it could do serious harm if you slipped into it. The equivalent of sword running through your gut kind of deal.
All right. Then if she's got any, so with movement, Tlali's going to get up on this rock, and if I've got any action, and if I've got enough time left on this turn, she's going to howl out to all the wolves so that they can hear. Your pack leader is. Bring your pack leader here. I will speak with him.
You managed to shout that out, but I'll say that's the end of your turn right there.
Yes.
It's dramatic scene kind of thing. Which brings us to that wolf that was biting at you, but he's now biting a bird. What's the AC of your bird, Brock?
My AC for the bird?
Yeah.
You're not allowed to know that. I'm just kidding. 14.
Just rolled a 14. So yeah, I got to check how many attacks this thing gets. Right. Now, your bird is considered a creature, isn't it?
Huh?
Is your bird considered a creature, even though it's a summon? I mean, it is a bird. So
It's a Dolan. It's a, I don't know.
yeah, but does it get considered a creature or not? I don't know.
Sure.
Okay. It's it takes how many?
Well, yeah, you can hit it if that's what you're asking.
Well, it just says the thing's got a ability attached to its bite here. So, oops, I made the wrong thing there. I need to get a d6. Sorry about this, man, but I'm loving these new dice. 5 and 6, so 11 points of damage, and because we're considering it's also knocked prone as well. Well, actually, give us a. I forgot. What's a DC 14 strength saving throw against this, or it's knocked prone?
Saving throws strength, you said?
Yeah. Yeah, for the bird.
12.
No. So your bird's now on its back. Sorry, your bird's now on its back in the snow, with this wolf literally snapping at it. That then brings us to the wolf over here. Is the wolf to the right where Big is, because I actually got the order wrong, but okay, doesn't matter. It's going to literally snap at you again, so I need a d20. 19 to hit you.
Yeah.
Big. That misses you?
He hits me.
Yeah.
Huh? You got me. Is that mic not open now?
I can hear you, but well, now I can hear you.
Yeah, I got hit.
So yeah, does a 19 hit?
Yes.
Good. I mean, oh shame. So you take 9 points of well, what's it? Are you resistant to piercing? 'Cause I think it's piercing.
I don't think
Yeah.
so.
9 points of piercing damage, halved if you're resistant. So that'd be like 5 technically, because you roll. You know, you take the higher one. So 5 if it's halved. And then I need a DC strength check of 14 or higher from you as well.
That'll be. Just add the rest of it. I got a 13.
So how many?
13?
13.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks because it's a 14, and you are also knocked prone. And this thing is now so like you're on your back, and this thing's practically on top of you. You know. The 2 Vikings will swing at that guy. So,
Throw your death blows at
hits.
that guy.
And that hits. You know, the same wolf that's actually attacking you. So 8. Then I can try and stuff again. 13. 16 points damage, and now this thing looks seriously bloody. So, sorry, what was the number I said? Yeah, no, don't worry, I got it. Yeah, okay. The third, that's them two. These two are literally gonna run up here and swing at this guy. And again, sorry about this taking forever. It's just getting used to rolling dice. That is a critical failure. That also misses. Right, so one of them swings down and smashes his sword. Actually, yeah, I'll roll that. Yeah, he smashes his sword on the rocks. As a wolf dodges, and the other one, taken aback by the sudden sort of like shattering of a weapon, also misses the wolf as well. I keep clicking the wrong thing. That brings us to Miss Wendell. So, yeah, your bird is currently prone. Big's currently prone with a wolf on.
Wait, is it my turn?
Yeah.
No? Okay.
So,
Okay.
So, basically it's pandemonium around you. Do you not have control of that? Yeah, you do.
Huh?
Okay. Yeah, I've put you pinged it because you didn't have control, so just had to check. So, yeah, I mean, there you
I don't have control. What happened?
go. You rolled a spell. What spell did you roll? I always ask what you said. That's a 4, so 4 for what? Oh no, sorry, that's a bad thing. I'm looking at Big's score. So what are you doing?
Fool? Man, you're so impatient.
Yeah, it's just it's late and it's incredibly hot. Ouch.
23.
To hit that thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a smooth hit. Well, go ahead and roll damage because that definitely hits that thing.
Oh, damn.
I mean,
Oh, actually. Oh, well, it still hits. I was looking at the wrong rhinoceros.
mhm.
All right. Boom, 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 boom. Plus what? Plus what? Plus what? 17.
Well, do you want to double that? Because I presume he was running, and this thing was not prepared for that. You know?
Huh? Double attack.
Yeah, there's 17. Just double the 17. Yeah, because this thing came blurring out of the snow whilst it was too busy snapping at somebody else. It was not aware of it, of this thing coming right towards it, you know.
Oh, okay.
Because there's also a bunch of like guys around him, you know.
So what do you want me to do? Roll another attack or?
No, it just never mind. I'll get a calculator and double that
34.
17 myself.
Damn, you want to double?
I think 34 points damage to this thing.
Damn.
If I'm mistaken. Holy hell! It now looks very close to death. So it's barely hanging on as it's like been slammed against the rock that's just like beside it here. You know, it's still there, but you know what I mean. By they had the rock up against it, so it just got pile drive straight into the rock. You know, so that's the reason why I said double that. You know, because one, there's no way he's going to see that thing coming straight away, and that fucking rock there. Which brings us to the wolf that ran off, which, that's fine. Which brings us back to Talia. No, Big, sorry. You were just there, and all of a sudden you're now literally covered in blood as this thing got pinned up against the wall and had most of its like bodily juices just almost explode out of it.
So is he still hanging in there to some degree?
I mean, literally, your entire chest region and face and that lot's covered with blood.
Well, yeah, I understand that. I just make sure that it's still alive.
Yeah, so like wiping the thing out your eyes.
Kind of. I'm not even gonna stand up though. Wait, am I able to just kind of roll towards it and punch it?
You can, but it would still be a disadvantage because you're technically prone. So,
what does it take to get up? What is like?
but
Is
it
it
takes
just a
full
move or
action
something?
to stand up. So, and then all you're left with after that is a move action. So you can get up and growl at it, I suppose. But
I'm just going to do a roll at him and try to hit him then.
So roll twice and take the lower of the two numbers.
Hold on. Get out of the way, cat. Either a... Well, that's gonna hit anyway. Because that'd be a 22 or... Oh, yeah. 22
yeah, you need to roll it twice.
Or a... No, a 16. Shit.
Yeah, that still just hits it. Okay, so you can roll unarmed damage then against this thing.
So 8.
Okay, well, tell us how you kill this thing. Finally killed this thing off, after
I just roll over and smash it in the head with my fist. I kind of forgot that I wanted its skull safe, but now its skull might be crushed.
Yeah. I mean, like you see, its upper skull plate just disintegrate inwards. I mean, like you can still see the bottom jaw and the tongue. It's kind of still twitching. And it just literally drops over dead right there.
And then I just go, like, well, this might potentially be the coat part then.
So yeah, I mean he's dead, and the guys around you are grinning, and they also sort of help you up as well. And sorry, it's not even their turn, but they're helping you up. Talia, that brings us right back to you.
All right. Well, these guys clearly aren't fucking listening, so.
Well, now that it's back to your turn, you hear sort of like a deep male voice, but it's still in wolf language, but only you can understand it. You just hear him say, we've got bigger fish, just kill them.
Very white talking about bigger fish.
Hmm. Yes, and basically, they completely ignore you and just order the rest to, do you in.
All right. Well, then, I tried.
Mhm.
And I hop down here to flank with Burb.
Okay, but did you do anything with the bird rock? Could I get it up, or is it just still there on its back? Because it could go on your turn. Yes.
I don't think it can get out, but I'm trying.
Well, I mean, I'll give it a dexterity check of like 14, to get out of it.
What, dexterity?
Yeah.
Wouldn't be
Just to see.
strength.
Well, no, because it just got knocked prone, with this thing just literally right above it, kind of like holding it down with one paw, so you can like literally roll its way out, kind of deal. Nope.
All right.
That's 7. So it's just got one pinned there, for the time being.
All right. Well, I'm gonna come over and punch it twice.
Okay, yeah, go for it. Each technically with advantage, although they both rolled the same on the first one.
22 and
So-
24.
Yeah, they both hit.
21 damage altogether.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just got to get that one. $21 damage, you said, yes?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. Ooh, okay. He's not bloody because, he has got some specks of blood, but, you're punching him, he's taking internal damage, And you hear him yelp, and such, and he sort of like turns to look at you, but, he's still got the bird pinned with the paw. No, actually, no, he turns and looks fully at you, just releasing the bird, but it is still prone until its next turn. That would actually bring it to. That would actually bring us to its turn. And yeah, I gotta roll something quick. And I gotta roll d6. Let me get it back. Nope. So he's only got the bite. Now, are humans considered creatures, technically speaking?
I would call them so.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's my go.
So plus 6. So. Does an 11 hit you? I doubt it, but yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
Does an 11 hit your armor class?
No.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so this thing, he tries to bite your forearm, to try and like grab hold of it, but he completely just misses as you like see it come in and whip your arm out of it in the last second. Yeah, these two guys are going to try to hit that wolf up there again. Oh man, these guys fucking suck. That's cocked. Nope, these guys fucking suck. Because only one of them hit. Does a measly 2 damage. Okay. Yeah, but he does that twice, doesn't he? Sorry, correction, a measly 3 damage. Yeah, so that's. Yeah, wow, man, that thing's taking a beating. Not. And that brings us back to Miss Windle. Yeah. So, Brock, is your turn. And should I just move on to the next person then? And what do you guys think?
Brock, you're muted. I don't know if he's not there or if he just forgot he's muted.
Mm.
I want to say both.
Well, if he's not there, then just move on with the turn order. That
He
takes
had
us
his
to that
like
wolf
one of
that
those
just got
moments
hit
where
up.
like he had a senile moment, and that's his
Mhm.
turn. Miss Wendell just
Yeah.
suddenly looked off into space.
Well, that wolf actually hits one of them. The one that has his weapon broken because he can't defend himself as well. Doesn't do a great deal of damage. But he does knock this guy prone. So, he's literally right on top of him right now. Just like the other one was on top of Big, snarling away. Which brings us back to Big. It's your turn. These guys are helping you up, so I'll say it doesn't take an action for you to get
Yeah, I
back
was
up.
about to ask if
know?
they helped me up or if I've got to still get up.
Now, one of them, reaches out his hand and pulls you up. As part of his move action. Well,
All
it's
right.
part of his actions.
Let me see. How distanty is that? All right, I'm gonna go try to save these dudes. I'm gonna go hurrah! Kind of push past this guy, I guess, and go hurrah and hit this dude with my same old tomahawkies. Chop chop!
Mm-hmm. But he's actually currently technically there, because I just left him there to represent.
Okay, well, I'm just like I'm within his range. I just don't want to be standing on top of another guy technically.
So yeah, 15 hits.
Yeah, that's a good 20
but
something actually, but and that one doesn't hit because that's only 11.
No, that one misses. So one of them does hit.
So chop. 9.
Okay.
9 chop. Yeah. Frah!
Okay. Yeah.
Does that like
so,
distract him in
just
any way
fucking
from
damage,
biting
yeah.
on this man, or does he still go ah and just keep biting him?
No, he takes the hit, but he's still sort of like got this, he's got this guy pinned to the ground, biting at his front, like really snapping at his face, and he's, you can see arms flailing and everything, that kind of jazz.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I could actually like interrupt it or not.
No, this guy's like losing focus on this part because he hasn't got a weapon. It's easy target. With that, it was that. I mean, that's your move and your attack. So
Yep.
that brings us back to Talia.
All right. Tlali's gonna lead on this wolf again.
Okay.
Still flanking? Or
Yeah.
is it still prone? Or?
Well, I say it got up on his turn, and I'll move this up here, Miss Wendell up here, just for now. So
21 and 23?
yeah, they both hit. Yeah. And these things don't have a high armor class. They have a reasonable amount of HP there.
17 HP and now martial arts.
Okay, 1 second.
For another 7 damage.
So that'll be what's the total?
24.
Okay. But now this, even though it's taking blunt damage, it's around its face. It's like starting to get like cough up blood, and quite a fair amount of it. I.e., it is bloodied now. And it's not looking too happy with the situation, but it knows it can't turn around and go. Which brings us to that one's turn. So He's gonna try to bite at you again. 15 plus 5. Right, is that plus 5? So I forgot for a sec. No, plus 6. Right, so 21 to hit your armor class.
21 hits.
Yep, and you know what happens. You know, it's literally you're now on your back as well, with this thing snapping at your face repeatedly. The damage. Hang on. Wait a minute. Oh no, sorry. You got to roll us a DC 14 strength saving for it to be not prone. That's my bad. You know, but it does bite you. You know. No, that's not nice. I keep forgetting about that part. Oh, that's a fucking 1.
14.
So, yeah, so you know, this thing it doesn't knock you on your ass, but it like actually does manage to catch you right on the forearm, yeah, again, because that's where it keeps aiming for. You know, it's trying to grab hold of your arm and bring you down, and it manages to do 6 points of damage here, which is not a great deal, but it's more about getting you down, and then hang on, I also have to roll something else, and it gets that back. Awesome.
So I didn't get knocked prone.
No, but it did manage to catch you there as you was trying to dodge out of the way of its movement. As it sort of like grounds at you and then instantly takes a quick sort of like jump forward and snaps at you. You just wasn't ready for it. Yeah, entirely. So it managed to catch you on the way out. Who's that? Yeah, that's that guy. Viking number 1. He's gonna try to push this thing off, which you just check his strength check score. Yeah, +4. Right, that's not so bad. That's a natural 20, so he literally just brings up his foot and boots this thing off, kicking it square in the nuts, and it yelps. And literally falls over here right next to Thingy. Because it was on the left hand side when it launched at him anyway. So yeah, that was an epic move. And he can't really move anywhere because that was his actual action. So he's still technically prone. That brings us to the other guy, no, D20. Nope, he completely misses. That is Rock back now. No, because these guys are moving up. Yeah, I'm just gonna poof his freaking shit out of existence soon. Have him like get a hangnail or something, or a stone in his shoe, and he gets like cramp. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I don't know. I would kind of like say like in a way he's not concentrating. Yeah, I don't know. Does this character need to concentrate to keep a rhinoceros up?
Well, I would say so, but
Let's see.
Because
I think summon animals is a concentration spell in 5e.
If he's not
Yeah.
here, he's not concentrating.
exactly. So
I'd say.
yeah, and like he gets cramp, or something.
Just like play into the story like his character is just having a moment.
Yeah. Well, he stays where it is. The bird gets up. I don't know the stats for it. Ain't gonna look up stats for it. Don't give a fuck. It's he stands. He's like, oh my god, and he's carrying behind it. My leg. Yeah, which brings us to the wolf that you're actually you're punching the one that just got kicked in the nuts. Yeah. Well, it got technically not prone because who wouldn't when you knocked in the nuts? So it's going to spend its action getting up, but it can't really move anywhere without being attacked. So it's going to stay exactly where it is, because it's flanked now. Which brings us back to Big again.
If I were to drag the guy that's prone out of the wolf's range, would that provoke attack on the guy?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah.
Okay, then I'm not gonna do that. I just don't know how the rules might work for that kind of a thing.
Because I mean, he's been, he's technically moving out of. No, well, no, he's been moved out of the way.
Yeah, I didn't know
not
if it would
he's
work as
moving.
like a shift or whatever. That
So
would be
no,
easy to do.
no, you can. I'll say you can like pull him out of the way and instantly trade.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. Is like, is there a way I could just kind of insert myself between them,
Like you quickly dive in,
more or less
quickly
push him?
put your back to him and kick him with your foot out.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, just like get him out of that range.
Yeah,
Not
I'll say you
necessarily,
can do that.
not necessarily carefully, but just so he's not within the attack range. So I'm gonna
But I'll
say
say that's that doing that though. It does take your entire move action.
my move
so,
action.
but-
Okay, yeah, that's what the next question is. Like, what action does that take? Like, if I could push him out of the way by
No, it's
using
just your entire move action to.
or more or less like pushing off of him as a move, more or less, like shoving him back rather than shoving the ground down when I walk. Because that's what happens when he walks. He doesn't walk on the planet gets pushed down.
No, that's Chuck Norris. And when he's doing push-ups with his beard.
Yeah. So yeah, he does that, and then he attacks his wolf again. It's like, you knocked that man down. I know what it's like to be down. Now you're gonna know what it's like. Yeah. That's a 19, and that's a 14.
Yeah, both of them hit.
Alright.
Is Miss Windle back?
Miss Swindle moved. It looks like. Did you say both of them hit?
Yeah, they both hit.
Yeah.
I put you on that thing because you vanished. So you're up there. Yeah, I took your turn for you, technically. 6.
And a 13? No.
Don't move me.
Well, you was away and it came up to your turn. So...
Yeah, but Miss Window never moves. She stays where she is.
Okay.
I think it's 19 points overall.
Yeah, so hang on.
It's rarely that she moves.
Well, I picked that sort of fun to keep you with the party kind of thing, and then cramp, kind of play. That's just why I moved to that, So you could work out the sort of problem with your leg, It's you got cramp walking up the hill, It was just a story, but way to sort of move you along.
Okay.
So,
yeah, if you go away, anybody that leaves and their turn comes up, expect something to happen.
Yeah, but it won't be something minor. Your bird is back up in the air, though. But I didn't attack because I didn't have the stats. Same with your rhino, didn't attack. I just moved them. To where I thought would have been appropriate and what you would have done, in general. Like you would have kept the bird there for flanking, and you would have brought the rhino up, But I didn't know how far I could move, so I moved it a reasonable amount. Which brings us after big to
the rhino
Talia.
would have moved.
Yeah, yes, I knew that much, but I was like, I don't know about you, but I'll just put you there so you're out of harm's way, because technically behind that rhino you got full cover. So, yeah, after big it's Talia's turn, so this wolf is he's not looking too great, he's super pissed off with you there.
I'm going to hit him again.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's nat 20. Good.
Does a 15 hit?
Yeah, it does. Their armor class is only 13.
12 damage from the first 2 hits, and then she's gonna say, run.
Hang on. 5 damage.
And
Yeah.
she's gonna make, if he looks like he's gonna leave, she's gonna hold off on the last attack. If he wants to stay and fight, she's gonna bring it down.
Okay, right. Well, you have just bloodied him at the same time as you said that. So I will say make an intimidation check with advantage.
Oh, wait a minute. Do I add proficient? Am I proficient in intimidate? Oh, I'm not. Crap.
So it's just a straight d20 in your charisma modifier. if I'm
So
mistaken.
subtracting my thing with advance. So subtracting the +4 from my proficiency was because I'm not. That's an 18.
18. Just let me check something. Against this thing's charisma, so I have to roll. I do have to. I will roll that one. Okay, you succeed. Yeah. He is intimidated and he runs off. Like he's looking pretty bad, but he runs off up this way, provoking a opportunity attack from your bird because he is in the air. I did say that he was, so he is moving out of the attack range, and well,
Okay.
the possibility you can kill this one now that he's bloody. If you roll well enough. That's
10.
No, but you do get 2 claws, so. You can roll once again for the second one. Yeah.
It's only one attack that's an opportunity attack.
Is it? Oh, I thought you got to use both claws. Oh, sorry.
No,
Well, that
that's
was
only
being.
one.
I could have
think.
just been cool.
Right?
I think so. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
because a
Yeah.
reaction is not the same as the attack action.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, you try to bite it as it goes past, because bite's just one. So and you miss it, and it's taking off up this way. So that's where it is at the moment. That was so that thing's running. I better put that. All right, so that brings us to the other 2 Vikings. That thing's really not looking that great. They're one of them. He's going to withdraw a dagger because he doesn't have a swift action, so he has to quickly find it and pull it out. But it's almost just shy of being a short sword, but to him, in his hands, it looks like a dagger. Yeah, but the other guy
Yes,
will
no,
swing down at
boy.
that wolf. He just hits it. Good God, man. Jeez. 3, 4 points of damage to this thing. These guys cannot do a lot of damage. I thought they could, but sorry. So this thing yelps. It's pinned. It can't go anywhere. That brings us to Rock, your character. So this thing's now surrounded, looking severely bloodied. And it's up to you what you do from here.
Big is gonna scream in the background, "Careful of its skull! Don't crush its skull!"
Is he finishing?
He is muted again.
God's sake, man.
Rock Protector.
I'm not
Yeah,
into
yeah.
this today.
Well, don't worry. This technically, this is looking at the time. This is going to be a 2-parter encounter, anyways. So it's practically almost over.
Okay.
Because 1, it's too hot, and 2, this fight is taking a little bit of a while. I didn't expect.
Sorry, what? Is it my turn?
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah. It gives me a chance to end this fight and set up the scene for the next one. But tune in next time on The Darkness Returns.
Who's doing what with what now? You've got 3
30?
characters.
32.
It's your turn, didn't it? You just got a.
Yeah,
Life
32.
Oh yeah, that hits. Sorry, you got distracted there. So.
Only 1 damage.
Well, you do more damage than it has HP, so Don't say you want to skewer this thing.
The wolf's on the rhino's horn, just hanging there.
Nice. So like you can see this wolf with like on its side, but like with this giant freaking horn poking right through its gut. As the rhinos there, just sort of like shaking it a bit. And this guy, takes off running still. He gets inside the cave, so I just delete him. Poof. Oh, actually, bollocks, I got to move him first. Delete. Yeah, so, and these guys say, get up to here, and they're like, okay, watch your step very carefully here. Because if you slip on this, you're going to hurt yourself. So I will need a dexterity check of like 15 or higher from everybody that's going to be walking across this literally pure ice.
Not
towards
me.
Yep.
Yeah, you succeed. But,
So are all the wolves dead? Dead or run?
yeah, the one that's by the thing is fine. So, sorry, dead. What? No, failed. Succeeded.
At least it's the one that's
Succeeded.
got killed by the
Failed.
rhinoceros's head is intact, so I have a potential skull helmet.
1, 4, 6. So, this guy and this guy, both, even saying that, lose their footing and slip, and you can see a pure piece of ice sort of like slide right into their arm, and it, sticking right in, and they just break it off. The other one has a sort of like long gash along his leg, but they kind of like they're like, oh, typical, and they get back up, and you guys sort of like, oh, make it inside the cave.
All right, Chloe's going to say to them, let me try first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, which good thing is I got these matched right side by side. So, your summons I will have to manually put on there. So sorry about this one. I've got to click on it myself so I can see it as well. Jackass. There we go. As you guys come in, you're still like,
This is the map you weren't happy about?
yeah.
All right, Chloe's going to tell them, let me go first.
Yeah, I'm just trying to put them in anywhere where they can fit at the moment. So, this one will be here. This one will be here. And as you're looking, you can see these. Sorry, that's the wrong thing. Clicked on the wrong area by mistake. Yeah, from just there. These, and right at the very edge of your vision, you can see what looks like the biggest bear that you could possibly imagine. I mean, this thing is fucking huge.
I say whatever the name of my god is and be like, wow, look at that. What is his name? Bellower or something?
It's Bel R.
Bella, look at the bear on that.
And you can see this, you can hear this bear. You could hear it slightly when you was outside over the wind, but not clearly. It's just like, oh, this is another part of the mountain making noises. Now that you hear, it's like, oh fuck, that's not the mountain. You also see that actually cowering right behind him is a rather sweet and innocent looking little boy. He looks no more than like 6, maybe 7 years old, with really blonde curly hair. And he's literally cowering behind the bear.
Like, is the bear acting aggressively towards anything
Behind the
or
bear?
just hanging out?
Pardon?
What's behind the bear?
A kid.
A small child of about 6 or 7 years old.
Does the bear appear to be like blocking the wolves from the kid? Does he appear to be with the wolves, against the wolves? What?
No, he's not even looking at the kid. You can see he's like growling and like moving backwards and forwards, taking swipes at the air.
So he's like not friends with the wolves. Is more what I'm getting
No,
at.
no.
Okay.
But you've seen large bears before, but I for one do not remember a bear this big being in this region. And last time I was around this way, and they certainly don't get that big.
Well, they get that big.
No. I mean, like this thing is bigger than like the largest animal we've seen ever so far.
Not as big as like bears get that big at least.
I mean, like the troll.
Apparently.
The trolls that you saw, would look kind of medium sized compared to this thing. So it is, when
It's
it
like
stands
if
up on its red legs and roars, it's almost touching the ceiling. And
It's
like
but if these guys are like, yeah, bears don't get very big or the size of it. I'd like to present evidence that bears get that big. And look, bear that big.
He just walks in, Your Honor.
Exhibit A, big ass bear.
And the bear is like, get the fuck out of my house.
How long does Talk with Animals last?
10 minutes.
So,
Each round in combat is 6 seconds.
So it's still going. Yeah.
So I'm going to look in. You are the pack leader?
And one of them on the left, the ones on the left, quickly turns its head around and looks at you and says, "Go away." And it's snarling, but it's not taking its eyes off the somewhat bigger threat at the moment.
Go away, we're having a weird orgy in here.
The humans have come to retaliate against you.
What did it bear?
I bring you, and two of your wolves outside are dead. Their word of death is true. I come tell you that my words of life are also true.
Mm-hmm. The other large one, still not even bothering to take her eyes off of the rather large bear. Just says, "Well, they were weaklings anyways. The others, all that survived will only make the pack stronger." And she's like pacing backwards and forwards slightly, just looking at this thing. So,
the war which you brought upon the humans for hunting has come back to you. Will you not speak to them and end it?
The alpha just says, "I cannot about that right now." He's got more important things on his mind for a kind of obvious reason.
Exhibit B, same big ass bear.
So she looks to the bear. Are you not the pack leader?
Mm-hmm. The bear looks at you and goes, "No, I'm not even really here."
Who is the child?
I can have substance if need be. And he says the child is someone rather unique, and they can't have him.
I was gonna eat that kid.
Get her out of here.
But he says gladly, but there is no way because there are too many for me to fend off single-handedly and run and protect at the same time. Basically, you can tell that he knows that he's backed into a corner.
All right, so she's gonna sort of get in the opening and just look left to right, like just see if you can see if there's any more wolves in here.
Well, from where you are right now, no, you cannot see anymore.
All right.
You see a little bit deeper into the cave, but not a whole great deal.
All right. So Tlali says, "All right, it was worth a try," and she says, Oh, big lads.
Yeah, I can't. I've got the wrong thing selected.
And be like, ooh.
Yeah, she's gonna just move aside for Big to come forward.
Those
Mhm.
guys is like, okay. Now I'm kind of thinking more about the code again. I was think like the other ones were as big as horses generally, right?
Mm-hmm.
And would their skull be big enough for Big to fit his head into that, or does he need one of these bigger ones?
Probably. the,
Probably which one? Does it an A or
the
B?
larger ones.
So he needs a bigger
Yeah.
head to wear on
The
his
two
head,
large
like
ones
a hat.
you could possibly.
The bear
Yeah.
is protecting the child. Don't hurt either of them. The wolves
Why
are
would
our
you even
are your enemy.
suggest that anybody would hunt a bear?
The wolves are
Why would you?
are willing to be your enemies.
Just
Show
how
them
dare
the
you
price.
even suggest the harming of the bear, even if it was
And
just implied?
yeah, with Big, do you have dark vision or no?
No, I'm a person.
Yeah, so I'm presuming the guys with your holding torches, so you can just see the large ones. You can't see any further in, but you know that there's a bear back there, So the two large ones are just in range for you, but the smaller ones over on the left are not.
All right, so yeah, Tlali will say, "All right, lads, the wolves want to be your enemies. Show them the price that takes."
$15.
I presume everybody draws their sword. I have no idea where Miss Windle will be, so I'll bring you behind the guys.
Like
This
she'll
guy,
want to see into the room, but not get any closer.
yeah,
Probably.
so about there should do fine. Yeah,
Big is going to
yeah,
put
okay,
his
that's fine.
tomahawks back in his tomahawk belt and pull out sick axe and be like, "This looks like you might have some fun."
What was I gonna do just then? Yeah. So they all draw their weapons, and you hear one of them go, "All right, lads, let's do this." And it's at that point where we will end today's episode.
Fuck!
Yep. An end credits music plays and to be continued comes up on the screen.
It's gonna be one of those.
Next time.
It's one of those moments where like the Vikings and the wolves are literally like molecules from hitting each other, and it cuts to black.
Yeah. That's exactly what happens, man. You all charge forward.
It's just a big like "Ah!" cut.
Yeah. I'll put the right. I'll say the mammoth is sort of like just here, but and your bird's just up here with you. So basically saying that the thingy has the mammoth is kind of on guard duty on the entrance. Okay, and that is that, people. I hope that next weekend isn't as warm as it has been tonight. I also hope that even with us sweating like hell and forgetting crap all the time, that you actually had a good time. That goes to everybody. And we shall catch you next week with Rock's campaign. See what happens with these liar pants and I want to know.
Yeah.
Kobol's been
Plants for hire.
It's for hire.
Kobol's been doing some sneaky thinking, so I expect something a little different.
Yeah.
So
Right.
we shall all see them.
Bye.
Boy.
Bye.
Bye.